Uh, our followers are just dipping right away. Bye.
Spike.
Bye bye.
Did you say spiking? I'm confused, sir.
Spiking, they might be. Only if you put up some images of like dirty feet or something like that, dirty vampire feet. Then they'll be like all over it. We got
I'm
all
changing my
sorts of people.
character portrait.
I'm selling out.
I'm now
I'll
a
do
foot.
anything to get people to watch the stream.
U2 needs more ad revenue.
Do too anymore. Jeez. Oh gosh, the ad revenue on nasty stuff on like Twitch and YouTube. I wonder if like the I know those people that pay for those ads, like the commercials and stuff that come up. I wonder if they occasionally get like people sending them emails saying, "I saw your ad when I was watching kinky nasty stuff on YouTube, and I think maybe you guys need to reconsider who you sell ad time to."
Well, that's why some are demonetized and some are half monetized. So depending on your content, you get certain ads and certain advertisers like won't be shown during certain rated content.
Right, but who rates it? Because I mean, we're not rating it right now. We're just
AI, dude.
hit
It,
AI.
AI. So
yeah,
as soon as AI hears mayonnaise and toes, it's like, whoa, hold on, we're
no,
not
those
gonna
were
monetize
okay
this.
words, but if you start saying like curses or start using, you know what I mean, then you get put in
Uh,
like worse monetization or like what your viewings are.
so
That's why
we
we're
all have
riding
to
a
behave
fine line.
ourselves. We have to speak in code about everything that we do. Yeah, there ain't no way that this is gonna get through a lot of the censors because we're playing Curse of Strahd, and
God.
people are, vampires are sucking blood. People are dying, attacking each other. There's swearing all over the place. Actually, I don't think we swear as much as maybe some other people do, but I know that it slips through,
Uh,
and I'm assuming
there's
that
not
the AI
in our
is
group.
like, hmm?
There's not a lot. Not a lot in our
There's not
group.
a lot, but it doesn't take much.
I
And
mean, I can change that if you want.
Do whatever you
nah,
need
it's
to,
all right.
Dazop.
No need to change anything that we're doing. Don't compromise the stream. Whatever we're doing, we're having fun doing it. And that's what's important. I don't
Just
care
the right
about
amount of feet.
if it's just the right amount of feet. The stream needs is more feet and less swear words. Um, yeah, I have a feeling that the AI that's in control of all these streaming things has very large pearls to clutch. Every time somebody says something, the AI has no idea like what you're talking about. I'm sure that like words get misinterpreted. Like people say, maybe they say like a word that's similar to like a curse word, like
Yeah.
"get the buck out of here," get that buck out of here. And they're like, maybe it's like a hunting show or something. And they're like, "Uh-oh, swearing all over the place," and they gotta like, because they can't interpret
Yeah,
correctly.
the guns and killing animals wouldn't subject them. It would be the word buck.
It would be the word buck.
Yeah.
AI doesn't have eyes.
It does actually. I think it does have eyes now. Like
It
I think
does.
can recognize guns and stuff like that.
Ooh, I paid for
Uh-oh,
that.
I said
That's
another
good.
bad word. I said guns. The
Oh,
AI is
sick.
now going to be
Terrorism.
looking for guns. We're now on a watch list.
Home bomb.
They would really like if I say Nicaragua is a country in South America.
God
Can
dang
you
it.
send me that book, that anarchist cookbook you have up?
Yeah, hold on a second. Let me upload it from the dark web.
Oh, thank you.
My friends actually did have the anarchist cookbook like when I was in like high school. I don't know where they got it. Like this is the early day. I don't even shit. I think when I was in high school, we didn't even really have the internet yet. Uh
Dark library.
we had to go outside to have fun and like do stuff and like break things. That was like how we had fun back in the day. So it's way past the statute of limitations. So I can say freely that yeah, we broke some windows. We did some vandalism. We vandalized some stuff.
Maybe that's where
And
he found the book.
Statute of limitations
no.
are fine.
One of my friends had it. They had found it somewhere, and I don't know if they had like a physical copy or if we had it on a computer or something like that. But I know that somebody had it, and like there was all sorts of stuff in there. It still exists. You can find it anywhere. You type in now on Google, they'll just have it in like a kid's like a kid's website because it's so tame compared to like the other stuff that's out there nowadays. But yeah, baby's first bomb and stuff like that is definitely in the cookbook. And my friends experimented with that stuff. They're like, let's see how big of a bomb we can make with homemade materials. I don't know how we never got arrested or thrown in prison, but we never hurt anybody, luckily. And I was smart enough maybe not to be there towards the end when they really started getting in trouble. Um, remember they got chased through the hills by a crazy guy with a pistol. And I missed
To be
that day. And
fair, I
then,
don't think making bombs is illegal. It's using them that's illegal.
oh yeah, it wasn't. We didn't just make them. They tested them out. There's field testing of these bombs. They weren't really big ones. They were like I don't know if anybody's ever seen like the match head. Like you can make like a bomb out of match heads. You rip the match heads off of matches and throw them in a thing. And I'm gonna give you all the details, but like it's not that hard. I've seen it. I've seen people. I've seen TV shows where they do it, and it's on YouTube as well. There's a YouTube thing that I saw recently, and I'm like, oh shit, that's right out of the Anarchist Cookbook.
Click the link below.
Yeah, boom. Yeah,
All
crazy stuff.
explosions are just rapid changes in pressure. It's just a matter of how you achieve that.
How do you know that?
Physics.
I never took physics in school. I just took bomb making at
In my
home with
backyard,
friends
baby. Hell yeah.
in our backyard.
Character building exercises.
It's kind of funny because like my friends were all from like this very wealthy neighborhood, and there was no reason for us to go around being bored and like blowing stuff up. Like they all had cars and like some of them had money and um, but I guess their parents
That
worked a
is
lot.
the reason, Rob. You have nothing
Well,
else to do, and you have extra resources. So why not just go fucking
I guess
dick
you're
around?
right.
That's
Yeah.
that's the young American kid's dream. You're not like
That
working at
that is
14
It's
and
the
your
rich kids that always do the
family's
worst shit.
right. You got nothing else to do.
well, they get away with it too, because if anything ever happens, like they gotta get their parents are like, shit, time to get a lawyer, and they always have one. You know, the rich kids always have a lawyer.
Like I said, capitalism, baby.
We shouldn't say this on stream.
What?
That's
I like
pre-stream talk.
capitalism.
Yeah,
USA, baby.
capitalism.
Capitalism. All right, let's
Love it.
let's
And I'm
get to some
proud
curse of Strahdism.
to be an
How's that for a
American.
transition? I'm gonna throw on some sort of music.
Heard the taxes in Barovia suck.
Let's see.
Does Strahd collect taxes?
Yeah. Pretty ladies.
That's a good question. I'm sure that he does, but the economy is very, very closed in Barovia. So, and all he needs is like a few people to drink from. So it's not like he needs a whole lot. Yeah, that's a very good question. Place this small, one valley, can it really survive all on its own? In like the real world, do places like this exist? Like small, like kind of
I believe so.
squirreled
Uh,
away.
Only if we were communists and fuck that shit.
Only if they were communists. Is that
Yeah.
what you said?
It's the only way it would work. There are communes, little cults and all those things that exist for a long time before they finally get like too wild. You know what I mean?
They could likely survive as a trade economy. I doubt they could have a centralized one.
Yeah, but I mean, you're talking about communes. Those are pretty small.
This,
Like
this is
there are like
larger than that.
there are like there's a city here and like a
Everyone's
couple of villages.
dead in it, Rob.
Well,
Yeah, I know,
yeah.
but like something small like that could survive as a trade economy. They trade wheat for services and stuff like that. You back and forth. Like
Communism.
I don't think they could survive with their own currency or anything like that. They wouldn't be able to sustain that.
And the quality of life here is pretty bad.
Debatable.
That is true.
And that's all.
Debatable. No, it's good for some people.
Right.
Bad for others.
Strahd feels great here.
Yeah, well, that's debatable too. It's just reminding me there's a joke in Glass Cannon when they did they did some of their like new game Who This things, and they did like this one, and they were making fun of the fact that they ended up going to this small village in the middle of nowhere, and everybody was acting very strange in the village, and they were having like this festival, and like they asked, I think, what's the economy here? And it was just like, and Troy, who runs the game, is like, I don't know. All they do is they trade hay. That's their economy is hay, and then it just became
I'll give
like
you one hay, sir.
yeah.
Oh.
It just became the whole thing was just a big joke about the number of bales of hay things would cost.
Oh my god.
And they just made a joke about it in one of their I think in their Delta Green game the other night. They were joking about the different games that they're in and like how they're played differently, and one of the guys it's a heat wave like across half of the U.S. right now. And he was sitting in his house and he held up this thermometer. It was like 84 degrees, like in his room, and there was no place for him to go to escape it. And he's like, I don't know how I'm supposed to role play in this environment. I feel like crap. And if you've never seen Delta Green, it's a very intense game. A little bit like Curse of Strahd in a way. So to be kind of scared, you don't know what's going on. What's reality? I don't know. But
Couldn't handle 84 degrees.
84 is kind of warm, especially if you've got nowhere to go to get away from it. You were just
Yeah,
sitting at
gross.
84 degrees, and like the humidity was high too. I think that was the other thing. It was like 40% humidity.
Poor Skid in his basement
Yeah.
It doesn't have air conditioning.
Yeah, it hasn't. And then Troy was all like, in my basement, sometimes it gets too cold down here. I gotta run outside. And Skid's like, you bastards, why can't I live in your basement? The rest of them are all like, I have really good air conditioning. It's cold down here. And he's
It's
just
Call of
dying.
Cthulhu. Okay.
What, Delta Green?
Yeah, sorry, I was just looking it up.
It is sort of Call of Cthulhu, but not exactly.
Okay. The Wikipedia says it's the contemporary setting for it.
Yeah, but
I
it
don't know.
is. But it's more than just like Call of Cthulhu. Like it uses a lot of that mythos stuff. Like there's
Mhm.
like there are Cthulhu themes in there. There's King in Yellow, and there's like
Sure.
stuff like that. But there's also weird shit that has nothing to do with like Call of Cthulhu.
Well, Cthulhu it's the real world setting. That's the whole point.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
Delta Green is set. It's supposed to be set in the real world, and you work for this secret organization called Delta Green as agents who are trying to stop, things like Cthulhu from spreading across the world and ending the world. It's all about.
That is adorable. They think they can do anything against Cthulhu.
Oh, that's the thing. The whole premise of the game is that you're not stopping anything. You might be slowing it down, but even if you succeed, eventually you're going to lose your mind and go insane, and they're going to have to put you out to pasture. Like the game is so dark.
I've played
love
a
it 'cause-
couple regular Cthulhu campaigns, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I love that because if you actually ever read the Call of Cthulhu, you know that trying to stop him is like trying to punch a hurricane. It's not something you can
Yeah,
do.
exactly. It's something that maybe you can survive, or maybe you can stop other people from encountering. And that's the Delta Green. At least the way the Glass Cannon has been running has been really amazing. They've done like 6 seasons now.
It's so good.
Wow. Okay.
It is so good. If you can, I think seasons 1 through 3 are available for free.
I think all of them now are on YouTube.
Are they? Oh my god, guys! If you're looking for like a long form podcast,
And these aren't even that long. I think they only go for like 2 hours. Like,
You know what my favorite part about Cthulhu is, as powerful and unfathomable as he is, he's not even a big deal in his mythos. He's just like a priest.
Yeah.
he's just like one of them.
He's
Well,
not even a god.
so they get into it where they find like all these books and like books that are really around, and then like the people that are actually playing it, like she has one of the books that has
Yeah.
like it's so cool.
One of the books of occult lore.
she
Yeah,
has a book
they
of
mentioned it in like
occult
one of the games, and
Yeah, she whips it out, and like
Yeah.
then it comes up during these Delta Green games, and she has like the symbols with everything that's like written in it. It's so sick, like worth.
And it's
watching
freaking them
for sure.
out too. Like all of them have said like they're like legitimately like some of the stuff that they play in the game is like freaking them out.
And like real world
in real
stuff
life.
will happen, and it feels
Mm.
like they're having like deja vu kind of things. Like
Yeah,
What's
but
the name of
if
the
you're
group?
the Glass Cannon podcast, they play a bunch of different games, but Delta Green is one that they started up during the pandemic as an experiment. They're like, let's try this out. And I think Troy ran the first one. And Troy is like he's sort of like the CEO of the company, and he's like the Matt Mercer of the Glass Cannon. But a few of the other guys in the group now also run games, and what's the guy's name?
Grant.
Ryan.
Grant was running it for
Grant's
a while.
gone now. Grant,
Yeah, I know. And then Joe
he, like,
started.
retired.
Joe
Yeah.
started doing it.
That's it. Yeah, Joe. He's another. He was a player for a long time in the Glass Cannon. They've been around like 7 years now, and they're. I feel like they're much more real people than a lot of the other streamers you might see out there. they feel more sort of genuine, and they're like it's like they're not there just sort of play acting, like kind of hamming it up or like
Brennan
going.
Mulligan.
Well, Mulligan's good, but yeah, there's
He's
some
good, but
theatrics
yeah.
there, and there's a lot of like it feels like you're like for Dimension 20 and like
Critical.
like Critical Role, it feels like you're watching actors on stage in a way. And there are a lot of real moments too, but like it's very polished now, and it's gotten even more polished like over the years. And I don't know, I feel like the Glass Cannon, they feel like regular guys who started doing this in their spare time and then got successful at it. It's a different vibe than Dimension 20 or Critical Role or some of the
It
other
gives
ones out
you
there.
like you're at the table vibes with like
Yeah.
the undercut jokes and like the random like, all right, but seriously, what are we doing? All right, but
Yeah.
seriously, like I have to stop you now. What are we doing? You know what I mean? It doesn't like it feels like an adult table, with like guys in the beginning, and then
Basically, our games.
it's
What was that?
Yeah, exactly. It feels that way, like a little bit more.
It feels more like the game that everybody else plays.
Exactly. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Not as like buttoned up and like polished.
I'll have
like
to check it out because I've always bounced off the other produced stuff.
Yeah, and the other ones are long too. They're always like 3 hours, but the Glass Cannon, they do like an hour and a half to like 2 hours. Sometimes even just like an hour. Like they started originally just doing hour-long episodes of the things that they did because they wanted people to be able to like maybe listen to these, on the way to work or something. And I think that's a better format than these weird 3 or 4 hour things that like Critical Role does. Like that's too much. It's too much. Anyway, let's do our game.
I mean, that sounds exactly like what we do. We dick around for a while, and then we're like, okay, no, seriously, how are we going to get out of this?
They dig around a little bit, but not that much. They do have like an opening where they chat about their lives or what's going on, and sometimes they have like a theme of the day, and those are great too. They call them their banter, and they usually go for like 10-15 minutes.
Sam Riegel's
No, they're not
are
ads.
so funny though.
Oh, yeah, but those are produced. Those are like, oh, look how funny we are, and they're scripted. Like the ads are all scripted. Like they're funny sometimes, but like I don't care about an ad.
Yeah. Banter topics are like
I don't know. He makes me care about
like,
it. I want to find out what happens next.
Yeah. The icebreakers are
especially
really funny,
that
though.
They're entertaining. They're entertaining. Yeah, they're not my piece of cake. The banter for Glass Cannon, I think, is great because it's more like it's about popular culture or what's going on with them at the moment. Sometimes it's weird stories. It feels more like a regular table talk type of thing. Kind of like what we're doing right now. And I keep getting distracted. In our last game, let's go for a tiny bit of a recap.
Everything bad happened.
Everything bad happened.
Started.
I saw the name of the last episode that you had uploaded to YouTube, Fernie. I think you had called it Bad Hair and shoot, because I just
The Great Hair Caper and Strahd's Invitation.
And Strahd's Invitation. That's right. The Great Hair Caper. I'd forgotten about that. And the one person who's not here with a bad haircut, well, we'll have to worry about him later. But that's okay. Riles gave up a little piece of his hair to somebody, and I'm sure that will be just fine. Nothing bad can happen there, right? And you guys spent some time. You spent some time with the Vistani, who protected you from the coven that is after you. These witches that you have pissed off. You rested with them. You kind of learned a few things, and eventually you left their camp with the intent to head back to the west of the Valley of Barovia. I believe you guys were going to go to the ruins of Berez. But you didn't make it that far. You crossed this bridge over Sur Falls and came to a fork in the road, one leading off towards the gates that go to the Valley of Barovia, which you're in right now. These massive gates and a massive wall that kind of separates one side of the Valley of Barovia from the other. And along the other fork, or right in the middle of the road, there was a carriage, black carriage with a couple of horses waiting for you. No driver, and no written invitation, but just a carriage there. with doors that opened as you approached. You knew that this was an invitation from Strahd himself, as the horses were angled towards the other fork in the road that headed up the hills to Castle Ravenloft, which looms on these cliffs above the village of Barovia. You entered the most of you, I think, entered the carriage, with the exception of Prince Jareth, who had hung on the side, and it made this harrowing journey up the cliffs to the entrance to the castle. You entered the castle, encountered Rahadin, who is the Chamberlain for Strahd in his castle, who told you that you were expected and that Strahd was awaiting you for dinner. And this whole time you're hearing creepy music, organ music playing inside the castle. And you made your way through an entrance foyer that had these giant sort of statues of dragons looking down at you, and into a sort of grand entrance hall with a bunch of gargoyles up on the walls looking down as well. And then off a side passage, you were brought to a dining hall that had a fully set table and an organ at the far side upon which Strahd was playing music. Sitting at the table were 3 women that you soon learned were Strahd's brides. Anastasia, Ludmilla, and Valenta. You spoke with Strahd briefly. There was also one more, I forgot. There was also Sasha. I forgot. There were 4 brides. You spoke with the brides. They spoke with you. Strahd maintained an air of peace, at least at the moment, with maybe some subtle threats thrown in. And the dinner went without bloodshed, although there was some tension that you guys could sense between the different brides. At one point, Strahd took Sasha kind of aside, and they vanished into a mist, and then Sasha never returned. And it was right when she was going to be asked sort of a question, I think, by one of the group. It's almost as if Strahd kind of intervened before she could be really spoken to. And after that, Strahd thanked you for the dinner and strongly suggested that you stay as his guests in the castle this evening, as the night in Barovia is very dangerous. After a little bit of hedging and hawing, you guys you decided to stay. You decided to take up his offer, and Rahadin returned, his chamberlain, to bring you to a suite in one of the spires. That's where he ended the last game, just as he was leading you out of the dinner hall. Bimothy had stayed behind with Anastasia, who seemed to have maybe charmed him, and wanted to speak with him further. Said that he would be returned to you safely. You guys find yourselves climbing some spiral stairs higher up into the upper levels of Castle Ravenloft, Rahadin at the head of your group. Valenta and Riles kind of bringing up the rear. Riles seems to have kind of caught Valenta's eye, and she is obsessed with him. Kind of keeps rubbing her hands through his kind of big fuzzy hair and loves his strange haircut that he has. You guys climb one level up, and Jareth, you've been at least one level up. You found that there was a door on the level above that went to a sort of bookkeeping room. Let me bring you to that map real quick. When Jareth had tried to excuse himself to use the restroom, he was brought to this sort of bookkeeping room on the second floor, where there was a gentleman who was chained to a desk, going through all these documents. But you didn't get much further than that. You know that room had another door that exited and went somewhere else, but you never went through it. There was just a chamber pot that was left for... Well, actually, it looks like I did show you something through the other door. I did. You were able to look through the other door. I don't remember how. Maybe I just left it open. But there was a sort of like a court type of throne room or something like that beyond this guy's chamber with stairs that went down to a lower level and doors that went somewhere else that you don't know of. Rahadin does not bring you into this room. He continues up the stairs. The next floor that you guys come to has another door in the same position as the one that went to the accountant's chamber, but he walks right past it and keeps climbing. Eventually, you guys come to a stop. Oops, trying to bring you guys to a new map here. All right. This is where you stop. The spiral stairs are to the south here. These are the ones you came up. There's a hallway here that you find yourselves kind of standing on a warm rug, and a door that also goes in the same wall as the same direction of the western wall as the two that you had seen before. The spiral stairs here continue, but they sort of continue after the landing. Like they don't continue straight up from where you came, like the stairs below, but you have to kind of go through this landing, and then the spiral stairs kind of change direction and continue to climb. But Rahadin brings you to the door here and opens it and steps inside of a room here where your group finds a gentleman that had been mentioned by Strahd before. When he had told Rahadin to bring you guys to the guest suites, Rahadin had said that it asked him what to do with Escher. And now you guys discover who Escher is, because there is a handsome young man with blonde hair sitting in a fine sitting room with windows that overlook the rooftops below of the castle. He's got like a little glass of wine that's next to him on the table, and he seems to be reading a small little book drawn from a small library that stands against one wall. When Rahadin enters, he looks up and he says, good to see you, Ra. How's it going? And Rahadin kind of steps to the side, and as the rest of you start filing in, Escher says, who are these? New guests for me? Have you brought me dessert? And Rahadin tells him, no, Escher. You must vacate the premises. Move above and stay with the ladies. He says, the ladies? And Rahadin nods and he says, you have been, your new room is with the familiars. And Rahadin kind of steps back and kind of looks at your group and gestures for you to enter. As you do, Escher he stands as well at this point and kind of moves a little closer to Rahadin. He's like, you can't put me with the familiars. You can't put me with the familiars. And Rahadin just seems to be ignoring him. What the rest do you do? It's so quiet. You can hear a pin drop.
What do we do? Are we concerned about like any of this? That we've been promised that everyone's going to be fine. Prince, well, you've been up here. What are we supposed to do? You're the noble one.
Prince hasn't been this high before.
Yes, I haven't come up
bullshit.
this high yet.
Helped.
He's been high. Not this high.
Been smoking that Fey leaf. Alright, well, we're in a castle. You're a guy of castles. What do we do?
Rahadin ignores Escher and looks to your group and he says, please, come in. There are not much in the way of space here. There is only one bed, and he points towards a door on the far side of the room, through there, and a closet beyond. But there are a few couches in there as well, and plenty of space on the floor for you to set down your packs and pallets. And Escher the whole time is just like, you can't send me to the familiars. I won't go. I won't go. And Rahadin looks at him and says, you will go if you know what is best for you. Otherwise,
Trust me,
you will stay where... What was that? What'd you say?
That you'd rather be with the familiars than me.
And Rahadin looks your direction and then back at Escher. Escher looks at you when you step in, Nazoth, and he kind of does like a weird little double take. He says, I know you. I thought you were dead.
What? How do you know me?
Delivers.
You've been here before. I've seen you before. That was some time ago. Wait, no, you are different. What is your name?
I'm Nazoth, the Great and Powerful.
Yes, I do know that name. You were younger, though. Rahadin says, it is no concern to you who our new guests are, Escher. Please, vacate the room, lest I tell our lord, and he send you elsewhere, perhaps to stay with the brides below.
Maybe
And
you could
Escher,
stay
at
with
that
us.
point- Escher is like,
Right.
he kind of pauses for a moment, and Rahadin looks at you as if, like, curious about that suggestion. You would have him stay with you?
I don't know, I can hang out. We talk to each other all the time. At least he's different. I'll talk to him.
Escher says, I will stay here. I will behave myself. I have no fear. Rahadin looks at your group and he says, if all of you are amenable to this, I see no reason why he cannot stay. Yet, I should warn you that he has thirsts.
Vampire got it. But
Can you?
why
can
does
you
he
bring
not
him
want to stay with
some-
the familiar?
Oh, sorry, you go ahead.
Room smells of guano and cat shit. Trust me, you don't want to stay with the familiars.
And he doesn't want to stay with the
If you allow me to
brides.
stay here, I won't take any room up. And I don't want to stay with the brides either. No.
Why not?
I have been fine just here. I will behave myself, I promise.
See? Maybe someone can bring him like a late night satiation. You gotta have something. Clearly, you're not having cleaners do anything, so you got anything you could give him to make sure he's alright?
Yes.
He's talking about there's cat shit in a room. Or in a goddamn castle. Nobody cleans anything. I hate the smell of cat piss. Have you ever smelled that? It's so pungent.
Escher's nodding behind. You guys are kind of, at this point, I'm assuming you've kind of moved into the room. And Escher's like right there nodding, like behind Garrison, like, yes, it's awful.
And why did you not want to stay with the brides?
Their rooms are very cramped and small. They have no windows and, no, I prefer not to stay with the brides. They bicker all the time.
This is gonna come out rude, but I gotta ask. Why is this castle a castle? But the wives sleep in tight quarters with no windows. All of us have to sleep in one room. You're asking me to sleep on a floor right now. I'm in a castle. The prince over there said this place would be nice. I wanted to leave, and now I gotta sleep on a floor. I could sleep on a floor anywhere. What else is in this whole other place? I don't get it.
Perhaps you have not heard, Radin says, but this castle, it is haunted by the ghosts of times past. There are many places that are not safe. The other guest rooms, for instance. Your safety could not be guaranteed in some of them. And there are other guests here.
Oh, really?
This is the safest and largest quarters that all of you could stay in together.
I wouldn't mind trying one of the other guest quarters.
Plus, I'm not scared of ghosts. The ghosts of Christmas past already tried to convert me. I blasted them away.
Yeah, there you go.
So, didn't have to trust them.
I have been given my instructions, as has of you. If you wander, then your safety is not guaranteed.
Well, good luck stopping that one, he points to Jareth.
Really? I've gotten better about my wandering.
You have.
So, can we make sure that at least Etra here gets a snack or something so he doesn't try to eat my friends?
I will have something sent up, Radin
Cool.
says.
Alright, We'll be
If
here.
there's nothing else, I will leave you to him.
Tea
He kind
before
of
bed,
gestures. He kind of
if we
glances.
can.
He nods. Tea will be supplied.
What time do you get off?
You talking to who?
You. To you. What do you mean?
You ask Rahdeen what time he gets off? I
Never.
do not socialize.
What do you mean? What do you do? You get a break?
I sleep.
You know, you gotta
Or,
get some balance.
as the elves do, we reverie. You can see that Rahdeen doesn't seem to be like undead. He doesn't seem to be a vampire. But there's something creepy about this guy. So a reminder, anybody that's near this guy, if you get within like 10 feet or so, there seems to be like this weird echo of like screams in the distance. Almost sounds like a massacre happening.
All right. Well, if you finish all your work,
What do I have to do
or
to get one of those auras?
He glances at Nazoth. What do you mean?
The whole screaming when people are near you aesthetic. I want one.
Talk to Strahd. And perhaps he can help you acquire one. But it is a lot of bloody work. If there is nothing else, I will leave you to your quarters.
Want to show us around, Asher?
what time is checkout?
You will be informed. And it will be easy to see as the light will improve outside. You guys, when you came here, when you arrived here, it was, I mean, it's never really light again in Barovia. Midday is like a really dreary sort of overcast, like London evening. And it hasn't been that long. Like, it should be maybe like 2 in the afternoon by around this time. But you look out the windows and it's dark out there, as if night has come early.
At least we got windows.
Indeed, there are not many in Castle Ravenloft. You are lucky to have the best quarters available.
Word best is really confusing me, considering there's one bed.
It is a very large bed, and the couches, they are large as well.
You ever sleep on a couch, man? Terrible for your back.
I do not sleep.
Oh, right, you revelry. What do you think about when you're revelrying?
He just gives you sort of like he gives you like a dark smile, but he doesn't really answer you. Those memories are my own.
Nice. All right. Well, if you get bored, we're gonna hang out with Escheril here and ask him questions until I fall asleep.
He nods. Good then.
Don't
I will
forget to
see
print
you
the
in the morning.
He writes bad reviews.
There is no review board here in Ravenloft.
There's
Good
yelp
evening,
everywhere.
Riles and Valenta have been kind of out on the landing, and Valenta's been like flirting with Riles like heavily the whole time. Rahdeen kind of steps past the two of them and says to Valenta, "My dear, it's time to go. Stop playing. This is not your food to play with." She's like, "Oh, goodbye, Riles. I love you." And Riles is just like, obviously looks like he's charmed by her as Rahdeen leads her down the stairs. In a way.
Ouch. Talk about a cockblock. Sorry, Rouse.
Riles is not here to answer you. He just got a starry look in his eye, like everything's great.
Yeah. We'll see him tomorrow. So, Escheril, was it?
Hmm?
What's got you hanging out up here?
Oh, I am Strahd's special friend. He smiles.
What does
We've
that
grown
mean?
close over the years.
What do special friends do?
Oh, anything that friends require. They say that a friend, will help you out. They will do things for you. maybe help you move furniture. But a special friend, well, they will help you bury a body.
Like a best friend.
Yes.
How did you guys get so chummy?
Oh, in the normal way, we have so many things in common. I lighten his mood more than his old wives do. You've met them, yes? I mean, you've obviously met Valenta. The others, I'm assuming that they were at dinner.
Yeah.
He shows them off like they are trinkets, like they are a collection. But none of them mean anything to him. No, not like I do.
It doesn't even mean to show him off, really. He kind of talks down at them, and it's kind of a jerk about it. He seems really over them. But
Indeed.
it's interesting that you guys have a different kind of bond. Are the
Well,
girls
it
jealous?
took him a while to see that he is a bit of a man's man.
I get it. You guys probably have a lot in common, like you said. You know, you could both do things together.
Indeed. All sorts of things together. Tell me, my friend, are you a man's man?
I don't think so. I'm a hobgoblin.
Are you a hobgoblin's hobgoblin?
I don't think I'm anybody's cup of tea, really. Unless they're into 12 fingers, and who's not?
12 fingers. He looks down at your hands.
Huh?
Oh. How fascinating. I've only seen one other man that has 12 fingers like that.
These might be the same one.
Hmm?
Oh, nothing.
He just chuckles at that.
So, do the wives like that you guys were special friends?
Oh, no, they're quite jealous.
Interesting. You know, I was talking to one of them, the one in the white dress, and she says she never leaves her room. Do you ever leave here?
The one in the white dress.
She had a veil over her head.
Oh, no, that doesn't
Sasha.
sound right. Not Ludmilla.
Sasha?
She doesn't wear a veil. Sasha?
Maybe it wasn't a bad. She, like the one that's been here a long, long time.
Sasha. He introduced you to Sasha.
Yeah, I got to sit next to her, I think.
Huh. Imagine that. It really is pulling out his old toys and dusting them off. Huh. Why he brought her out?
I don't know, but he, like I said, he wasn't really like into it, you know? Like normally,
No. She, I have not seen her. Well, to tell you the truth, I've only seen her once by accident. Well, let's just say that she was sort of locked away in a place where you put things you want to forget about.
weird.
So she doesn't stay with the other brides?
No. No. No, she
She's got her own
stays.
room.
She has her own room, but her room is even worse than the bride's room.
Kitchen?
Worse than the kitchen, too.
That would be
The kitchen would be a step up for all of them.
Why are there stairs in the kitchen?
No, this room in the kitchen.
Oh,
Yeah,
just step up.
But, let's just say that there's not as much dirt there.
Weird. So how come as a special friend you would get ejected from this cool opulent place to a place that smells like cat farts?
Well, I imagine that is Rahadin. Rahadin's doing. He doesn't like me very much. Up until I came about, Rahadin was Strahd's number one. his general, of all things Castle Ravenloft. You know, his chamberlain, his master of arms, the lord of all those screams. You know what I'm talking about. But Rahadin he's a stick in the mud. Has no personality. He's not entertaining at all. He has no sense of life and joy.
Do you think he was a special friend to Strahd's? Or do you guys
No,
have?
I don't think so. No, 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 no. Now he and his kind, those dusk elves, they learned their lesson a long time ago at fooling around with Strahd. I don't think. Yes, I don't think that Radin is his type.
I think it's pretty cool though that you've brought, I don't know, the most energy I've seen in this whole castle. You are kind of like a ball of light about here. I guess that's what
Ah,
he's
yes, you see
seeing,
it
huh?
too. Then
Yeah, it's quite a juxtaposition to everything else here. How long have you been here?
oh, a few years.
Okay. Well, that seems good for you. You seem like you're doing all right.
I manage. I manage. He looks around the room. You'll just be staying the night then, right? Just one night.
Yeah, but this place gives me the heebie-jeebies, and the fact that there's only one bed doesn't really make it that accommodating. That guy's a prince over there. He likes things a little bit different. And usually we overstay our welcome pretty quick, so I bet you one night will probably seem like an eternity between you and I, you know?
Yes, yes. He gestures across the room. Should I show you the bedroom? The bed itself is large enough for at least two. He smiles. Kind of steps over. Pardon me. So when he steps past Gretchen, he kind of gives a glance over towards Nazov with a little bit of a wink, but ignores Gretchen like completely. And as he's passing by Jareth, he kind of sizes you up a little bit, like you're not really sure what that is. Like he's looking you up and down, like he's trying to figure you out.
You wearing
What's
gray
Jareth been up
sweatpants,
to?
Gareth?
I'm just kind of waiting for him to show us the room, looking around in the corner.
What was it? You broke up a little bit. Waiting for what?
Waiting for him to show us the room and looking around in the corner.
So let me tell you what's going on in this room real quick. Some of you maybe have been looking around, and also kind of out in the hallway here too. A couple things going on. The door is still open, and Esmeralda is still standing like on the landing here, and she's looking at this. The landing itself. When you're out there was a bit of a cool draft of wind that seemed to have kind of come down the staircase, the one that it goes up. And there's this large kind of warm rug that's on the floor that covers the southern part of the landing here. But on the northern wall, there is a framed portrait that you recognize. You would have recognized. Well, maybe not exactly, because he's changed a bit in the time since this was commissioned. But there was a picture of a man there in red armor. And if you look, maybe you go back and look more closely at it, you'll see that it bears a striking resemblance to Strahd, as he likely was in life. Let me try to give you a copy of this. Over, it's not letting me do it. Hold on a second. All right, so over in Discord here is an image of that painting that's on the landing. A young Strahd, hale, strong, wearing armor, stand on this book, sword, at his side, looking very noble and very much alive, as opposed to the sort of very pale and creepy version that you guys met downstairs. And Esmeralda is just studying this portrait. Inside the room that you're in right now, this is sort of like the main guest room, or lounge, I guess you could call it. The walls here, you can see this is like the first room you've come to that has windows in it, and there's leaded glass on the western side here. 3 big windows that look out over the rest of the castle and the lands below. There's a bookcase on the right-hand side here that kind of stretches between 2 doors, the door you came in and the door that leads to the bedroom. There's some oversized chairs here. Although the fabric is kind of faded a little bit, they're still in serviceable condition. If Jareth was looking at the books, which he's kind of over near at the moment, you would see that they seem to be sort of maybe light reading, but also a little bit creepy. And you notice a couple of the titles have unsettling words that describe what's within. One of them seems to be a book on embalming, like they call it the lost art of embalming. Then there's another book that talks about life among the undead. There's even a book on castle building. And then one weird one that is apparently about the goats of Balanock Mountains. You know that the Balanock Mountains are the mountains to the north of Barovia. Odd reading in this place. The rest of the books in here are maybe like light novels, fairy tales, things like that. When the guest bedroom is opened by Escher, you can see that there is a bed in here. A large bed in the center. It's 4 corner posts supporting a black canopy trimmed with gold tassels. There are a couple of comfortable divan couches that are placed kind of around the southern side of the room. And there's another door to the east that Escher quickly kind of skitters across to and opens to reveal what is a closet, a wood-paneled room. And he says, "I don't really use this. As you can tell, there's a bit of a mildew smell in here, and I wouldn't really store your clothes there." But he points and shows you that there's this wood-paneled room beyond with iron hooks on the walls and kind of dust. You can see there's one dusty black cloak that hangs from one hook kind of in the center of the southern wall. But there's no other clothes or anything else in this room. But he points out the bed. It's like, see? Quite large enough for 2 people. He comes and he sits down kind of on one side and bounces a little bit. And those couches, quite comfortable, I must say.
Well, it's better than sleeping outside.
Is it?
Listen, I don't
I
want
mean,
to go
yes,
there,
of
Gretchen.
course.
I was the one that wanted to leave. You guys said, so now that we're here,
That-
make the
You're-
best.
You're right.
So Escher, why are there just ghosts all about this place, and how come nobody's done anything about it?
Well, ghosts, they usually come back, unless the business they had in life is resolved. And unfortunately, many of the ghosts here have business that cannot ever be resolved. Work to be done, unfortunately. And for the most part, they act at the whim of, the lord of the castle. So they don't usually cause us trouble.
So how come we couldn't just get a different room, and then he could just ask them not to give us trouble?
Well, I meant by us, I mean like myself. Some of his
I get
other
it.
special guests. Those that would not suffer under the gaze of, the unliving.
Yeah.
He smiles at you.
since
You can see a couple of fangs in his mouth.
Since you brought up the other guests, what are the other guests? Did you say there's other special guests like you?
Yes. The some of them are in the tower above us, but you don't want to go and bother them. They are filthy beasts.
Where's the
Doesn't seem like
livestock
he wants
room?
to talk about.
Come on. What's the tea? What do you mean they're filthy beasts?
They are. Well, I've heard Strahd refer to them as his witches. But they are these women that live in squalor and filth, and they do anything that he asks them to. But they are. He kind of just shudders. Disgusting.
I agree with that. I've had my fill of magical women for a bit. You're getting bothered by hags.
Hags.
Yeah.
Well, what are these? What sort of hags?
I don't
What did they look
hag,
like? What were their names?
Hag Junior, Hagatha.
Did we ever get their names?
Yeah.
You
Killed
got,
Morgantha?
you did. Morgantha was one. And then she had 2 daughters, although one of them is dead now. Dead. Let me give you their names again.
Didn't we find out they're night hags?
Yeah, you did. Morgantha was the mother. She was sort of like the alpha hag. Bella was one of her daughters, and Afalia was the other. And I
I'll
think
follow you,
We
fella.
killed Ophalia.
Afalia. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Afalia was the one that you guys killed.
She a fella.
Where's the livestock room?
Oh no, those are the beasts upstairs. They're magic women.
No, I'm talking about the where they keep the human livestock that the vampires feed on. Every vampire castle has one.
Oh, well, they're bringing some up. You can wait.
No, there's. I don't know what you. No. There's no such thing here in this castle. Escher says. We are civilized.
So are night hags the same hags upstairs, or are they different ladies?
If you're talking about, at least I know that name, Morgantha. Someone that sells pies in the village, right?
Have you had those? I heard they slap.
No, I have no taste for such things. Though I hear that the villagers love them. They do almost anything to get their hands on them. they say they'd sell their children for them. Imagine that. Nothing is that good, right?
Believe it or not, it happened. We found 2 of them.
What? That can't be true.
Maybe it's not. Who knows?
Well, these, no, the witches upstairs are not the sort of pie baking, children devouring monsters. No, they're just dirty, filthy women that know a little bit about magic and are sort of sycophants to the Lord.
Does he get down like that? Does he like it filthy, Escher?
No, that is not why he keeps them there. Some of them, they have their uses, I suppose. But honestly, I really don't know why he keeps them around. They're disgusting.
Yeah, I don't get it either. You seem like the only one worth hanging out around here.
Exactly.
Interesting. What else? So the guests are just the filthy ladies and you?
Oh no, there are some others, but I don't know if I have the liberty to speak of them. I mean, I feel like you're extending a kindness to me, allowing me to stay here with you this evening, and I'd prefer that than the alternative. And I don't know what Lord Strahd has, what sort of liberties he has allowed others to take with you, but I would prefer not to, expose too many secrets of this place. Just on the offhand that he would wish them kept that way.
Come on. What Daddy doesn't know won't hurt him. I'm not gonna tell him.
Give me a persuasion check.
God.
Meanwhile, he's still over sitting like on the side of the bed in the bedroom.
Yeah,
I'm assuming
assume
that
I would be speaking
Garrison
there.
and the others, or whoever's talking to him, would probably have to be over in this room too.
Can I roll with advantage if I sit on the bed next to him?
It depends.
Alright, let's
How
see.
close do you sit?
I mean, there's only room for 2, you said.
Do you give him a flirty smile?
No, I don't have any persuasion.
Cue the Kenny G.
Persuasion. Feel the need to tell me.
How compromised do you want to be?
No, I think that's why it's so terrible.
It is definitely why it's so terrible. You don't want to sit on the bed next to him. You're feeling uncomfortable, and he kind of sort of like you see his face kind of draw up a little bit when you kind of press him. He's like, no, I cannot. I will not betray the trust of our Lord. I'm sorry. I do have my
that's okay.
limits.
It's good. It's good to have limits.
You want to roll an
What-
insight check though? Give me that. I don't know if you're any better at these.
That's cool. I'm just talking to this guy. Someone else can inside him if they want. So Escher, what do you do in here to kill time? You got like a board game, or I was doing this game downstairs that Strahd hated. We all started in a group and we said something nice about each other, and man, I really got him going. I don't know why he doesn't like people saying nice things about each other.
A very strange game.
What do you mean? It's a great game. This place is
Just-
pretty horrific and sad. So if everybody says
It is
something
true.
nice, right?
But if you curry the favor of Strahd himself, things can be quite pleasant. He's the lord of these lands. It's not very hard. In every land you go to, there is a game to be played. Any city or tavern, bar, brothel, they're all rules. And the rule here is, please that who is the land, and that is Strahd.
Yeah, but I've never been to any of those places where I don't get to go home,
Yes, there is that. It seems like he kind of clams up a little bit at that too. Like he knows something about like why I don't know. If you want to roll an insight check on this one, you can.
Hey
Roll
guys,
high.
what are the rest of you doing while I'm in the room
I
with
think
a
Nazoth is like
stranger?
checking out the wine, and Gretchen's looking for an escape out the window.
A little bit.
Giggles is hiding under a couch next to Riles.
Where's my punching Bimothy?
He's making out with the queen.
Hopefully he'll be back soon.
Lucky goat bastard.
Can you hear him, Jareth? You should be close enough.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if Jareth's paying attention or if he's doing something else.
Well, what's with the pixies that they were going to send you to?
Alright, well.
The what?
Wasn't there pixies downstairs or something?
Oh, no, just just the bride's chambers. Pixies? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think I mentioned
don't know why
pixies.
I thought there was pixies here. I don't know, maybe. Where was the place that smelled like cat piss?
With the familiars?
Oh, that is the familiar room above.
Familiars, not pixies, sorry.
Are these green things
Are
couches
the
as well?
familiars cool to hang out with? Are they fun?
Yeah, these are little couches as well. Escher says that the familiars are gross. Bats, cats, rats. They all live in this one room above. No one cleans up after them. It's disgusting. I tell you, almost as disgusting as those witches to which they belong.
Why does nobody clean here? I don't get it.
Also, you really don't care for those witches.
Feel free to walk upstairs and go check on them. You won't care for them either.
Alright.
This is Nazoth
wait.
heading towards the stairs.
We're allowed to leave? Oh, thanks, Escher.
He's like, oh no, I did not give you permission. But if you go up
just
there,
said
you go
go
up at your
upstairs and ask them.
you go at your own risk.
I heard Nazoth go upstairs. That's what
I heard it too. Nazoth,
You
I'm
don't need
coming.
to follow Nazoth.
I don't
Yes, he does.
Just so you know, I did not give you permission, and I warned you. You probably shouldn't go up there.
I heard explicitly go check up.
Shit.
Don't worry, Escher. I will be sure to tell Strahd that you told me to go up here. I'll include it in my report. No.
They're super friends. Don't worry about it.
Just imagine there's going to be a Deadpool moment later on. This guy told us we could go upstairs, and he said, "Fuck Strahd, and I don't care if you tell him."
Spoilers.
All right,
We all
Nazoth and
heard.
Garrison are leaving the room and heading upstairs. Esmeralda's out in the hallway, still looking at this painting here. She's trying to like, yeah. You see that she's sort of like on the wall at this point, like trying to look behind it as Garrison and Nazoth come out the door. Where are you going? She says.
The special friend told us we could go upstairs to meet the hags. Not the same hags that are hunting us, though. Come on.
Gretchen's following. That's not a good idea.
It wasn't our idea.
He really doesn't like these hags, and I want to see what's so repulsive about them, and if I can adopt some of their traits.
Riles is dreaming about Volento over on the couch. He's like, I think I'm just gonna take a little nap here. He's not here, and I'm not gonna get him killed. Maybe I'll come and help you if you guys get in trouble. What about Jareth? Is Jareth going to everybody?
I was just sitting on the couch, taking a look around.
There's not much else to see in this room. You've seen everything there is to see.
Is there a view out that window?
Yeah, you should be able to look. I mean, the map shows you. If you're out the window, you can see there's a roof. Rooftop, sort of a tower over here. Doesn't look like there's anybody in it right now. You can see like a little bit of a trap door in it though as well. These are kind of below the towers are little what look like there's parapets and walkways as well. So like if you were able to get these windows open, you could maybe climb down onto the roof and explore. But you can't really see. There also seems to be a little bit of damage over on one of the roofs over here. But you can't really see much else. Like everything out there is what you see.
Escher's still there?
He is at he's kind of like right behind you, like still at the door here, just saying, "I didn't say that." He
Escher,
is not going with them.
what's the safest way to, if someone were to go out there?
Go out there? Why would you want to go out there?
See the view?
Could you not see it just fine from the window?
I'm just wondering, first time being here, how would one get to that trapdoor or even just to the parapets themselves?
Well, I mean, you look at the windows and you can see that there's a latch on the inside, and they don't seem to be locked. Like you could open these windows. But Escher does not give you any advice on this. He's like, I am not giving any more advice to anyone. I didn't tell them to go upstairs. They're doing it on their own, and I'm not going to tell you to go outside or tell you which way is safe or not safe because I don't know what permissions you've been given.
I'm not going out there. I just wanted to know if you knew if there was a safe route.
There is not.
Huh.
And then he says, just kind of like matter of fact.
Alright then. Would you like to play cards while we wait for them to
Alrighty.
get in trouble?
Oh, yes, please. Let's do something normal. Quick, there's cards over here. Quick. And he grabs the chairs and kind of pulls them next to each other. Esmeralda's over kind of looking through the books at this point.
Feel free to
And
join
as
us
you
when you
guys
want.
start pulling out different cards, you say that to Esmeralda. She kind of looks over her shoulder, but she kind of just shakes her head and goes back to looking through the books. Meanwhile, upstairs. One second while I bring you to the right place. All right, give me one moment here. Okay, I'm going to bring everybody to a new map. It'll be on the left-hand side, and I will ping it in just a second. Ding! You guys see that?
Yes. It's like a seashell.
Yep, these are the stairs. You guys have come from down below. There is another door in the western wall, and the stairs here continue up. You can feel that breeze coming from. It's a little bit stronger up here now. It seems to be coming from further up the stairs. You can actually hear a little bit of thunder and maybe the patter of rain as well, as if you might be pretty close to a rooftop. In fact, you can see a little bit of like dampness on the stairs here as well. You can also, when you get to this door, the smell of like cat urine and cat shit and like rat poop and stuff like that is, you can already sense that. Like you were already told about it by Escher, and just one sniff up here and you're like, oh yeah, you can even smell it.
Oh, familiar room. Ugh.
Wasn't
Oh.
lying.
You think the hags are upstairs, or are they in there too?
Who are you asking?
The group.
Well, I think our bed is downstairs.
Alright, well that doesn't answer it. Nazoth, let's go upstairs. This room smells suffocatingly awful.
You haven't even opened the door yet, but Nazoth, you're standing at it. Do you want to open it?
Sure. Smells fine to me.
As soon
Smells
as you
like
open the
home.
door,
Oh,
there is like a wash of stink that just comes out of this room. Let me open it up for you real quick.
thank God I got these extra fingers. He uses 2 of them to plug his nose.
Alrighty. Inside this room, the low ceiling here uh, opens. It opens up into a low ceiling room, the 20-foot square room. There's torn and broken couches near lying in heaps. There's some deep claw marks that cover the hardwood of what's left of the furniture. This was once kind of lushly upholstered, but now it's all been sliced to shreds. And hiding amongst the rubble and hanging from the ceiling are, you see 2 cats and you see a bat. The little eyes gleaming in the darkness here. There's no light in here, so the only light that's coming is maybe streaming a little bit through the door that you've opened. Does Nazoth have dark vision?
Yeah, he does. He's got that pack boom thing.
All right, so Gretchen, you're kind of in the dark here. Nazoth just steps into the room, which is probably almost pitch black. See, there's no windows in this room. There's a door on the far side, though.
I
What do
see
you
no
see there,
witches.
Nazoth?
2 cats, a bat, and no girls. I feel lied to.
Well, maybe we should just leave then. Yeah? Back downstairs?
Was Garrison
Uh,
planning to head upstairs?
I mean,
Well, if you're,
this is
I'm
kind
gonna
of a
follow
nice couch. I mean, I kind of want to. Is Strahd using this couch? Can I take this couch?
Couch is shredded and it's got
It's
like
covered in shit. Why
it
would you want
smells like cat urine.
I mean, if you fumigate it.
that? What do you? Ugh. I mean, you're gonna sit on that, dude. What's behind the
I'm
door number
kidding.
2? Oh, wait, you're not even gonna
Oh.
open the other door?
Oh, there is another door.
Yeah, there is. Just kick that carcass out of the way.
You know, open the other door?
Cat. Yep.
Hey, dirty ladies, you back there?
You call through first, or do you just open it?
Oh, I was gonna call through when he opened.
Oh, I just opened it.
All right. Alrighty then. The next room has kind of heavy beams supporting the ceiling in here, and there's an outer wall which curves to follow the shape of this tower that you're in. There's dim light that kind of filters into the room from two leaded glass windows that look to the south. There are several tables in this room, weighted down by stacks of glass jars and bottles, all of them bearing labels. And also in this room on the far side, there is a figure sort of hunched over one of the tables, like going through one of the jars. She turns and kind of looks your direction, and like first thing you think of is "Holy shit, witch," because she looks like one. Here's kind of an image of what she looks like. It's this older, crone-looking woman with sort of almost greenish skin, classic sort of witch type of look. As the door opens with like a creak, she turns and looks your direction, Nazoth. Who are you? What are you doing here?
I heard there was a witch up here, and I wanted to see what all the fuss was about.
You found a witch. I am a witch. Who are you?
I'm a warlock.
You
We all the
are.
same.
Have you been sent to aid us?
Yes. Yes.
Good.
Yes, I have.
Good. I've been going through all of our inventory. If you could, perhaps go through those, make sure that they are labeled correctly. A bit of a sniff at the cork should tell you what you're looking at. Assuming that you are a capable warlock who has been trained in such things.
Yeah, it's not much different.
He's not an alchemist, no. You heard the Lady Garrison, get on it.
Get on what? I'm not touching the lady.
What's
You go
going
get her
on in
next.
there?
Oh, we found friends. Excuse me, miss. I don't mean to interrupt you. I was talking to a guy downstairs. He had some displeasure with you. Nazoth felt we should come up here and see the truth.
This is your servant?
She
Oh,
points
yeah.
over towards Garrison.
Sorry, Lord Nazoth. I didn't mean to speak out of turn. Let me bow and slap myself. And he does such.
Well, just don't let it happen again.
I won't. And he bows and slaps himself again.
What's that
Anyway,
sound? Is
the
everything
witch,
okay in there?
the witch cackles. They say,
You have been trained well.
I'm coming in. I cast light.
you cast light.
Yeah.
You hear the cat's like run under the couch.
Oh no,
The
Lord!
bat
Nazoth.
starts flying around the room, like hitting the walls.
The gods have come for
Sorry.
us, Lord
Anyway.
Nazoth. We must run.
The witch in the other room is like, "What is this? Who is casting spells into the room? Who else is with
Oh.
you?
Goddess of light, hide.
Who is that?
What?
Who is this foul child you've brought with you?
I'm Gretchen. What? There's also what's going on.
There's a
Nazoth,
witch.
explain. Who is this girl that you've brought with you?
This is Gretchen, my other slave.
You're what now?
Oh, come on, don't act like you didn't know what this relationship was.
Right.
Gretchen, give me a deception check.
I'm just
Or-
check.
Lord Nazoth, I'm sorry she spoke out of turn like that.
Nazoth, Nazoth, you should probably roll one too.
10.
It's
That's
like my
actually pretty
highest
good.
stat.
The witch, she says to you,
This one is lying. They are not loyal to you. I can sense it. What is really going on here? Are they misbehaving? Should we punish them?
That is an excellent question, Garrison. Why are we lying?
They're lying?
You've never referred to me by my name before, sir. It's such a pleasure. And he slaps himself and bows.
give me a deception
I don't-
check too, guys.
I don't know. I came up here to see what all the ruckus was about. Then Garrison said he was my slave, and I just kind of went along with it because I've always wanted one, and it just got out of our hands. Can we start over?
What? No, you said I was your slave. I didn't. You created this. He slaps himself and bows.
These are our private quarters. Are you guests of the Lord here? Did he tell you to come here? I feel like
Yes,
you are
and
wandering.
Yes, and I plead the fifth on that last question. But are you? You're loyal to Strahd? You're here willingly?
Yes.
Us too, of course.
Yes, we are. You're
Oh, because
all loyal
I
to him.
love Strahd. I love Strahd. Hail Strahd.
Is a
you know?
great sorcerer with many secrets, and our coven has much that we can learn from him.
Sorcerer, you
Give me a perception check, Gretchen, Garrison, and Nazoth.
Perception.
We're using all my good stats today. This is good.
Gretchen, you're the only one that notices. Garrison and Nazoth are maybe looking the other way, but you see there's like a little bit of a flash of like lightning outside from the storm that always seems to kind of be around the castle. And for a brief moment, you saw a pale face right at the window here. Almost, but it looked like it was sort of angling in from like the top, like upside down in the window and looking through it. And then you saw, like, when you noticed it, it seemed to notice you noticing it, and then it pulls away. It looked like a female face, very pale, stringy hair, wet, dripping rain, and eyes with a little bit of a gleam of red. Did not seem to be any of Strahd's wives. Someone new.
I'll come investigate.
When you come over to the window and you look at it, or look out the window itself, you see a figure climbing up and disappearing over what appear to be parapets above you. you just see a little bit of their feet, like on the side of the wall, and they were climbing sort of like a spider. And then they're gone. They went up.
That's not disconcerting or anything.
I'd be worried if I didn't know Spider Climb was a spell.
Nazoth and Garrison, neither of them noticed. This, by the way.
I'll tell him after.
So yeah, we were downstairs because we had to spend the night, and now we're up here because we got a little bored, and our friend down there said it was okay to check on you.
What friend? You
Hey,
are.
Strahd,
I
he
believe you are now
specifically-
just intruders. You have no business here at all. You know nothing of magic, do you? You are not a warlock. You're just a foolish old man.
Eshad specifically told me I was allowed to go up here. And second of all, yes, I am a warlock. I can prove it. And I blast the wall.
I thought you were gonna blast her.
No, I'm not going to attack her.
All right.
I'm an asshole. I'm not that evil.
Right, but you just did. You just shot an eldritch bolt at the wall, and she like ducks, like kind of like in terror as this blast goes through the room. Her scream.
I wasn't shooting at her. I was like, I pulled my hand out to the side. I shot the.
He doesn't
like,
know.
right
Like we're Garrett. Okay.
Just freaked her out. You just cast a spell, and I mean, when you cast that spell, it throws out like it's a pretty vicious bolt. 11 points of damage is not insignificant.
Gouging
She,
the wall.
yeah, and her scream of it's more like a scream of being startled than it is like of terror. She just didn't expect this, and shortly after that, as you're kind of lowering your hand, this door over here opens, and scurrying out into the room, she kind of backs away a little bit, are a few more of these old crones. They all look very similar, kind of like old witch looking crones. What is it? Who's here? What's that? Who are you? As they come kind of scurrying out of this door. This is another chamber beyond, but you guys are at a weird angle and you can't really see much of it.
May I present Nazoth the Great, 12th of his name, second confirmed time here, owner of the Great Windmill, Bone Grinder himself, Lord Nazoth, and Garrison Pass.
Lord Nazoth. One of them says, Lord Nazoth, there's been a Lord Nazoth here before.
Tells the other witches. And they look kind of like at each other, and then they look over at you, Nazoth. And one of them says, You have been resurrected. Are you a servant? Are you a servant of the Lord then? Brought back to do his bidding?
Oh my gosh.
Sure. Let's go with yeah. I'm a servant.
Give me another deception check. You kind of went from being like telling them that you were like, there to help them, to telling that you were lying about that, and now like there's this other thing too. That you're really just sort of making this up off the cuff. But let's see.
If I'm confused, my enemies are even more confused.
You are
that how that works?
lying.
All right,
This one
look,
is lying. They must be using that name. The true Nazoth is dead. They thought they were an all-powerful archmage coming to this to challenge Strahd, but they were blasted into nothing, destroyed, hurled from the top of the castle. You are a false liar.
From which side? This side? He peers out the window.
As you do that, some of them start casting spells. Roll me initiative.
Don't cast spells at me. Guys, we may have to leave early.
You think?
Lord Nazoth, we wish you the best.
Oh,
I hope
this
you
is
fight
too
these
good,
witches
guys.
well.
I'm gonna roll
I
for
really am a
these
Nazoth.
witches.
There's multiples of me.
Hey, Nazoth, is your initiative 6 or 5?
It should be. I rolled a 3, so it should be 6.
It's weird because it says 6 in the sidebar, but then on the turn order it says 5.
Weird.
There we go.
Yeah, I changed it to 6 because that's should be.
All right, let's switch up our music a little bit. Yeah.
Listen,
All right.
ladies, do you really think we'd be up here if Strahd didn't want us here? I mean, it's Strahd.
Downstairs. Yeah, they've already caught you in like a couple of lies, though. They don't trust you anymore.
He just
You're real
lies.
angry.
What he does.
Yeah, that does not matter to them.
Sorry,
Alrighty, you guys roll terrible on initiatives. Meanwhile, downstairs, Jareth, give me a perception check, and I'm gonna roll one for who else is down there with you right now.
Esmeralda. Oh, Escher can come. He can be our special friend.
He doesn't like the witches.
That's what
Maybe
I'm
he'll help.
Get him a room on the next floor up.
I'm gonna roll a perception check for Escher as well. You know, I won't need one. Jareth, you heard something from above, sort of like a. Well, if you didn't know better, it sounded like an eldritch blast, and there was a bit of like a thunk against that sort of vibrated the wall to the south. Something happened upstairs. You're not sure what it was, but it was enough to kind of get your attention.
Oh, great. They did something, didn't they? As I look over to Esmeralda.
Let me roll for Escher real quick, see if he hears. He does not. Escher was like, huh? This looks up. Esmeralda, she might. Let me check her. Yeah, Esmeralda kind of looks up from like the book that she's holding and then glances at you and says, yes, they're probably in trouble again.
Isn't it my job to get in trouble? What's happened here?
It must be opposite day. Riles is already asleep on the couch. All right. Roll yourself into initiative, but this is going to be a surprise round for you and Esmeralda.
Has Rashad come back with the tea and snack yet?
It's only been a few minutes.
Okay.
What's your initiative bonus? 2? I think
Yeah.
that's faster than the witches. Definitely faster than the witches. Alrighty. But in round 1, we're going to go upstairs real quick again. Doop. First to go are the witches. And they start casting spells. One of them casts Tasha's Hideous Laughter on Garrison. Another one does the same thing on Nazoth. And the third casts a sleep spell, which is going to do absolutely nothing to any of you because there's no way it's going to do enough hit points of damage. The fourth is going to turn invisible. Oof. All right. Let's get saving throws from Garrison and Nazoth. Oh, this is weird. It did not. The battle theme did not go very long, did it?
What saving throws?
It's either wisdom or charisma.
It is a. 1 second. Josh says I believe it's a wisdom saving throw. The DC is 12. It's not very high.
Ah! I'm not even armed. Why are they attacking me?
You're all together. Guilt by association.
Just a peasant. Poor servant boy, don't you understand? And he falls over laughing.
I'm just a poor boy. Nobody loves me.
Now
Just a
I'm
poor
laughing.
hobgoblin from a poor hobgoblin family. And nice. Yeah, Garrison falls over, starts laughing. Let's put you so you're not on the table. Right there. Nazoth, you make the saving throw with a 16. And again, the sleep spell is not going to be powerful enough to get any of you. Gretchen, you are up.
All right. I'm gonna go over to Garrison and let's see. What does that spell count as? Is it a charm spell?
Give me an Arcana check.
15?
It is not technically a charm spell. It is an enchantment school spell, but not directly a charm spell. It's a first
So
level spell, and it basically just causes people to fall prone and become incapacitated, unable to stand up for the duration, but they can make a saving throw at the end of the turn.
Okay. So for protection from good and evil wouldn't work on that one.
It wouldn't. No, it wouldn't make any difference really.
Okay. Let's.
He's already succumbed to it.
Yeah.
It might have given him advantage on the saving throw to begin with,
Right.
but even then, I'm not sure. I have to look it up.
And using dispel magic on it would probably be overkill. All right. I am just gonna cast Bane on the 3 visible witches.
All right, they get a. So what is that? A charisma saving throw?
Yeah, 15.
Alrighty, let's roll some saving throws. We'll start from here, and then we'll go to the one to the south a little bit further away. All right, 1, 2, 3. DC's 15, you said?
Yeah, one made it.
One makes it. The other 2 do not. Let's put a little red on them. Indicate they are baned. Covers their entire face because this map is so big.
We really are guests here. We'll just leave if you let us.
They're like,
You've been cursed!
you
I'll
have the
drop
chance
it
to leave
if you
if you
let
want.
us leave.
Leave now!
Garrison, you're laughing for this round. Gretchen, are you doing anything else? Or
That's it.
all right, Garrison, you can roll another save at the end of your turn.
The end of my turn, I keep laughing wisdom.
Oh,
God.
another fail. Garrison is still laughing on the floor.
I'm probably safe
Nazoth.
here.
Gretchen is saying, "We're gonna leave. We're gonna leave," and the witches are like, "What do you do?"
And I agree with them. Like, all right, I'm out. Smell you witches later.
So you're gonna leave?
Yep.
All right. You want to grab Garrison, try to drag him with you, or are you just gonna be like
Yeah.
Gretchen? You grab Garrison.
Yeah.
Gretchen, get Garrison. I'm dashing.
Let's go. I'm not very strong,
Nazoth
but I'll
hikes
drag
up his
him.
robes and exits stage left.
And I'm just slowly dragging Garrison along.
That's as far as I can get, 60 feet.
Alrighty. So it's difficult terrain in this room, by the way, because of all
Oh,
the trash.
well, shoot.
you have to watch out to not step on cats and stuff.
Oh man. It's like my parents.
All you guys hear in the other room is like, ooh, it's like garbage being kicked around and a cat go at one point.
Maybe the cat wasn't in my way.
Alrighty. That was
Maybe you hear
Nazoth.
the Eldritch blast, like.
You're just shooting at phantom cats. Alright, so you're making your way out. Meanwhile, downstairs, Esmeralda and Jareth are up. You can hear yelling coming from up the stairs as you start moving towards them. I think even with a dash, let's move them off into the darkness here for a moment so that you don't think that they are there. Esmeralda moves,
I'm gonna keep playing.
draws a sword, and goes upstairs. Jerry, you're just going to ignore this?
I'll give it another round.
Alrighty. Esmeralda goes to check on everybody. How far did she go here? 30, and then another 30 will bring her the floor above. Esmeralda comes through the door into the familiar room. Nazoth's got her sword out. She's like, "What's going on?"
Just some witches not knowing which way's which, so we're getting out of here.
All right, Jared's still playing cards. The witches are just yelling at Gretchen and Garrison to leave.
Leave this place, go!
And I'm assuming that Gretchen is going to drag Garrison.
Yeah.
All right. You can, with a dash, you can drag him 30 feet. What's Gretchen's strength?
8.
8?
Yeah.
All right,
Gretchen's
maybe a
not
little bit
strong.
less than that. and how heavy is Garrison? Probably like 200 plus pounds with armor and everything.
Yep.
All right.
I wish Naz had stayed to help drag him, but
All right, so you're about here. You're just slowly dragging him out of the room. Garrison, you can make another save at the end of your turn.
I'm dragging him through all the cat shit and stuff.
Oh,
Yes.
stop it.
Sorry,
Pick me up. You're strong.
I'm not.
See that? That's what ruined my good times. You dragging me through that. It's
It was
not
the
funny.
it was the threat of cat shit that finally ended the joke. You get very serious as you're being dragged towards a turd.
Very
All right.
serious while laughing uncontrollably.
I'm assuming that Nazoth is still making his way out of here, and you guys are not coming back. So I'm gonna pull out of initiative. Esmeralda's confused about witches and whatnot. She heard Garrison laughing, and then not. And you guys drag yourselves out of the familiar room and back into the stairwell. And Esmeralda's like, "What just happened?"
Oh, I'm so glad you're here. We should go upstairs. There's gonna be like a cool lightning show.
Esmeralda looks at Gretchen. Something happened to his mind? Has he been cursed? Nazoth said something about witches.
They cast hideous laughter on him. He'll be fine.
Sure, it was
Seriously,
just
he
hideous
will.
laughter?
Yeah, hideous laughter's fine. In fact, it's therapeutic. I use it all the time.
Cast it on yourself. I'm having a really bad day.
Like,
I'm gonna
my
cast
Arcana
laughter on
was good enough to know the name and stuff, right?
Yes. Yeah, you know the spell. Low level spell.
Which I'm pretty sure is not how that works. I think hideous laughter is like painful laughter, like you're like, ah, you know.
It
Like
is. It's
Joker's
like the
toxic.
Joker's laughter.
Yeah.
But it sounds like crazy laughter. It's like the laughter that someone's giving when they're being tickled and they don't really want to be tickled. They can't help it.
Right? And in Barovia, how many chances do you get to laugh? You know?
Only if you fail a saving throw versus witches with a low level spell.
So Garrison will tell Esmeralda. Yeah, there's witches in there that Escher told us about. But they didn't really trust us. Probably best we just keep this door shut. He pats on it.
Closes the door to the witch's room.
Yeah, and then the door to the, you know, whatever. What is this from the familiar room? You know,
Oh, the familiar room. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the door that you're at, so you just close
Yeah.
that one.
Well, but upstairs though, it looks like we might get a cool view.
You want to go upstairs? Esmeralda kind of looks at you and looks at Gretchen, but she's like, why are you? This is probably not a good idea to explore this place. At least not out in the open. You're bumping into everyone. You want someone to perhaps do this with a little bit more stealth?
Well, then I won't get to see it.
I was planning to explore this place a little bit, but I'd prefer not to do it by stumbling around into every ghost, witch, or zombie that exists here.
All right. Well, that's fair. I just won't be able to come. Can we look at the cool view, and then I'll go sit in that room with Escher, and you can be Kim Possible.
Be careful, Esmeralda. This place is unpleasant.
I know that. Figured that all of you would know it as well. Don't worry. I have some tricks up my sleeve. If you want to go check upstairs, Garrison, it's up to you. She's not stopping you.
Come on, guys. They could see some rain. It can't be that bad. It's just a tower.
Try not to attack anyone.
I'm going to sleep. I'll see you guys later.
Man, there's no women involved. You don't check it out. I see how it is now. So. All right. I want to go up there and see if there's a view.
There is. You climb up the stairs, and it's not very far until you get to a rooftop. Let me open that up real quick. Also, give me a perception check when you rise up. Is Gretchen going with him?
Yeah. Is Esmeralda coming with us?
She is.
Okay.
God, we need to be on the lookout for something you're forgetting. There's some kind of ruins, a place of supplication. Gotta be looking for it. Keep an eye out. He's like maybe looking for like a collapsed church within the castle grounds, or like, you know how like castles have like religious temple little places. Like, can he see anything of that sort while we're looking
Chapel or
at this view?
anything like that.
I'll let you know everything you see in just a second.
Hot. Hey, I use my eagle eyes and roll a 9.
My passive is 17. If that helps.
Okay. I think all of it might help a little bit. But you rolled a 10, right? So the passive you
Yeah.
said was 17?
Yeah.
Let me double check. All right. You guys climb to the roof. The roof is over here. These are the steps that rise up. And you can move yourself up to the top of the stairs right there. There's another part of the tower that this wall represents here that goes up even further. And there's a bridge that connects to a tower to the north. Ooh, I should reveal a little bit more of that as well.
Before you go crazy revealing, like, I was just trying to like get a look and kind of a survey around. I'm not gonna like cross the bridge and go to another tower.
Well, I'm not opening that up just yet. I'm just
Okay,
showing you that there's a tower over there. I need to kind of expose the edges of the tower so you think that there's nothing else over there. It's open around is what I'm trying to
Save you some work, or make sure you didn't have to reveal something new.
No, it's okay. I just realized that I should reveal this because the walkway across is completely open. The tower that you're standing on right now is you're up on the roof. There's parapets around you. It's about 60 feet or so across. It's rimmed with battlements. There's a slender stone bridge that doesn't have that is an ocean nightmare to the north. There's no railings on it that spans a gap between this tower and a slightly taller tower to the north. To the east, there is another high tower here that thrusts skyward with no apparent opening at this level, just a wall right here. There are clouds above right now, and rain is kind of spattering down onto the battlements. And on the far side of the battlements, crouched sort of between two of these, two of the crenellations, is a figure. Female, but seemed like to be like dressed in rags. And I'll grab your tokens and put you over there.
Is this the figure I saw outside the window?
It is. And Gretchen, you are the only one that sees them as you guys climb up onto the battlements. At least let me roll for Esmeralda, but Garrison doesn't seem like he has seen them yet. Esmeralda's looking the other direction as well. The tower to the north, again, there's this slender bridge. It's about 20 feet or so from this tower to the other one. And there's no railings at all. It's just open to the air on both sides, and it's kind of slick with rain, and wind is kind of blowing around here. But you can see that there's an opening in that tower and a red glow coming from within that almost seems to pulse. Gretchen, when you look to the south and you see this woman over here, she's crouching kind of like in the rain, like one hand up on one of the crenellations. And as the group is looking to the north, She quickly skitters over the edge and out of sight, down to the wall again. You're the only
no
one.
chance to point her out.
Just as you're starting to point her out, like she's watching, like you, as you guys come up, and then as the group turns to look, she's already gone. Gretchen might be seeing things, guys.
That's so cool. It's such like a horror movie. Like, picturing like the ring kid just like skittering off with like its
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, Gretchen, maybe you grab Garrison to like try to point like there, but she's already slipped over the edge.
Oh, you see a chapel?
Yeah, it was a woman. She was wearing rags.
Rag
I
woman?
think I saw her watching us in the witch's room.
Okay.
Let me
If she's in rags, she can't be a wife of
Gonna put
Strahd.
Nazoth here because he's asleep.
yeah, now that Nazoth has gone downstairs.
Just instantly went to bed.
No, he's probably meeting up with Jareth right now. You guys literally, you went up and he went down, so he's probably arriving in your rooms right now as you guys are on the roof. Let me there is an overhead sort of roof view of this place. Let me see if I can show you what you can see from where you are. You know what? I'm going to use the room. I'm going to use the level where your room is, because that way it'll give you an idea as to like kind of where you are, I think. Hold on one second. Let me make sure I'm doing this the right way. No, there's another one that's even better. But give me 1 second to reveal it.
So like while we're up there looking around, it's like, Gretch, I don't want to be here any longer than we have to, but these cards actually mean something. We gotta find this place's supplication. I don't. What else could it be besides a chapel? What else do you supplicate to?
A chapel or shrine. Yeah.
A nice pair of feet.
Again with the feet.
Sorry. Call back. Esmeralda, you think if you're gonna be creeping around, you could try to at least let us know if you see like an old religious place, probably a place that I wouldn't be surprised if Strahd himself like destroyed it. You know, the only place that he can't get to is our little church. You know, wouldn't be surprising to me at all if he tried to ruin it himself.
She kind of nods, and she's looking towards like that red entrance. Like you're looking out over like the rooftops, looking for like something that looks like a chapel. Give me 1 second here, and I will. I'm going to show you a new map. I need to kind of hide some folk here real quick.
You're good. I'm just going time. What about that lady, though? Why do you think there would be some lady running around in the rain out here? Rags. Climbing across walls.
Gretchen, has Gretchen told them that she saw this person before?
Yeah. I mentioned that I saw her watching us in the witch's room.
All right. And you would say that she, like, how is she getting from like there to here? Is she walking on walls?
What you seem to be doing.
Most likely a vampire spawn. Maybe one of Strahd's spies. I wouldn't be surprised if they're all over this place, looking in the shadows. Here's the new overhead map. You guys are right here, and you can see the courtyards here, kind of around you now from the top. There's like a couple. There's one over here. There's a larger one here. You guys came in from this direction, of course. And you can see most of the rooftops here. Part of this large tower to the north. There's this tower here, which sort of blocks your view to a lot of what's in this direction. And when you were over like near the bridge, like when you're looking from here, you can see that there's a smaller tower here at the end of like some sort of lower corridor or something, and then some strange lower tower or circular or sorry maybe hexagonal room over here. You tell me if any of those look like a chapel. To me, just from me looking at them, this one is a little odd, but there's nothing of religious like significance on it. There's no like cross or symbol of the Morning Lord, anything like that on the top of it. Not that there necessarily needs to be, but it is an odd place. This is really odd.
All right. Well,
Oh, I would have totally left Giggles with Riles. That
Okay. Yeah, I think Riles. Yeah, you're right. I grabbed everybody and moved my.
no, you're fine. I just saw Giggles like no, not in
there
scary.
is. So there is something strange here too. Hold on a second, and let me see if this. This area down here is probably about 40 feet, 50 feet or so below where you are. Like it's a drop from the top of this tower. If you could get to the top of this tower here, this is the tallest spire on the castle. Or if you could climb up here, you'd probably have a good. This is the second tallest spire. So if you really wanted to get like a bird's eye view of this place, if you can get on top of those or higher up, you might be able to see the rest of this place in the back.
how much higher is this tower from where we are?
This tower here is about 60 feet or so taller than the tower you're on. And it comes to like it's not crenellated. It's not like an open air tower like this one is. This one has sort of like a spire like roof.
Okay.
And this one is actually open. Let me open just a little bit more. From where you guys are, you can see that the top of the tower to the north is actually, it's got a crenellated wall too. So that is open to the air.
All right. And last thing Garrison wants to point out is this.
That is some
this
damage
like,
to the roof.
So an exposed roof in which someone could possibly pass in and out of, you know.
Yes.
Okay. So he would just kind of say to Esmeralda, kind of some of what you told us here, like, listen, if you can get up to the highest point, you might be able to get a view if you're going to snoop around. Whatever that red thing is scary as hell. So that's probably not a great place for any of us. But I'm not going to be able to help you do anything clandestine, so I'll probably have to go to bed from here.
Sorry, I was reading something real quick. You were suggesting that she goes up and takes a look?
Well, she was saying that she was going to snoop around and do whatever, you know? So he was saying, like, okay, like, these are the things that I'm seeing. There's an exposed roof here. You can get an angle here. I wouldn't recommend going inside there. But anything you're going to do, I probably shouldn't be a part of because I'm not stealthy at all. But also, this place is really dangerous, so be careful what you come across. Like, we're here for one reason, if these cards mean anything, and I'd like to get out of here with all of our lives.
Well, like I said, I plan to be careful and cautious, and I do have some magics to protect me from sight.
I know, but
I don't plan to risk myself. She moves over to kind of look over this way, towards that opening in the roof, kind of far down.
Garrison's gonna head down. I don't feel like there's anything that he can do here without like scaling the walls and stuff, but I don't think that's worth it.
Alrighty. Gretchen's heading back down too. Esmeralda's going with you as well. She's not going to leave from this position, especially since Gretchen said there was someone here. Was Gretchen doing anything while they were up here?
No, I think that's it.
All right. let's move you all back down to the guest quarters. And Naz office are down here too. All right, you guys return. Jareth and Escher are still playing a game of cards here. Escher looks up. Everything all right? Sounded like there was a little bit of a hubbub. Everyone's no one's hurt. You didn't step any cat poo, did you? Kind of smells the air. And sniffing Garrison a little bit. You might want to check your cloak, or tabard, or whatever you're wearing.
Press to
There's a whiff of
digify.
something in the air.
Yeah, I don't blame you for not wanting to go in that place. It's horrific, and the ladies aren't that nice.
I did warn you.
Yeah, but we had to make sure ourselves. Some people are judgmental for no reason.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I tried to tell them. You told them we could go up there, but they didn't buy it.
What? You told them? I told you could go up. I told you not to.
I
Heard
told
by
them
all
exactly
means.
what you told me, that we could go up there and that you thought they were smelly, horrible hags.
What you can do whatever you want, but there are consequences. I can give you permission for nothing.
Consequences, consequences. If I die, 2 more will take my place.
He does a little bit of like a double take when you say that, and then he looks at Jareth, and he says, "Your friend. Are you sure that? Never mind.
All right.
Roll a d20, Jareth. Let's see who's winning at cards.
Are we on the right map?
I think you're
Oh.
cutting out, Jared.
Nah, I didn't move you guys back to the right map.
Oh.
Here you go.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you. I rolled 6, you rolled 13, and Jareth wins the first hand. And Escher says, "Oh darn, you're good at this." Escher is just happy to partake in small talk, kind of try to find out who the rest of you are, and what your deal is here. He asks you, what's your plan, and are you planning to enter into the service of Strahd? He's made you guests in his tower. Do you share any information with this guy?
Tell him a little bit about myself.
And what do you plan on doing this night?
Uh,
A prince, a true prince, you say?
Yes, eventually. I'd like to get home. I have a kingdom to run.
Well, I offer you the best of luck with that, but I wouldn't get your hopes up.
I have hope. I believe that Carillion will send me the way home.
Carillion hasn't been here in a long time.
And yet I still trust. Isn't that what faith is about?
You must not have been here very long. Give it a year or 10 or more. I mean, the Dusk Elves have been here since the beginning. They gave up hope a long time ago. I mean, you've seen Rahadin, right? If back in the day, the Dusk Elves were some of the they were some of Strahd's most fervent opposition. When he wiped them out completely, and Rahadin became one of his strongest supporters, closest servant, master of his military forces at one point, as I understand it.
So he's a Dusk Elf.
Give it time. You'll come around. Oh, yes, indeed. Couldn't tell. Out of character, I did mention it in the last game, but it was sort of in passing. Rahadin has that same sort of look as the Dusk Elves that you guys encountered over near Vallaki.
You mentioned the Dusk Elves. How long have you been here?
Oh, not that long. Honestly, I sort of lost track. Maybe a couple decades?
And how did you find yourself in this realm?
Oh, I came with a band of traveling Vistani. They had told me tales of a place with riches and dark delights, and I just had to see it for myself.
And is it everything you hoped for?
And at first, oh, no, not exactly, but I make do. I make do. I have made peace with my situation in this place. And as long as I keep Strahd happy, then, he keeps me happy. Hmm? All right, out of character. What are you guys planning on doing this night? Are you going to rest and try to get out of here? Or are you guys going to snoop?
I don't want to piss him off.
You've already done a little bit. What about Garrison, Gretchen, and Nazoth?
They're gonna rest, or I'm gonna rest. I don't know what yours is.
Unless Esmeralda asks for help, but I'm not stealthy at all.
No, none of you guys really are. And Esmeralda is.
I'm pretty stealthy once I have Pass Without Trace.
Do you have it,
Mm-hmm.
or do you not have it prepared?
It is prepared.
It's prepped.
Yep.
Well, the question is, are you going to snoop that? Because right now, Esmeralda's planning on going off on her own. If you have Pass Without Trace, then everybody is pretty stealthy. Because that's not just you. Because
We could all
everybody at
go.
+10.
But I could cast it on just her, right? Or would I have to keep her with
No,
me
I think you
side?
have to cast it on yourself. I think it's a self
A radius,
thing, and then it's a
around
radius
you.
around you.
It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ah, okay. Well, that wouldn't help
Jareth
her.
doesn't want to explore.
Jareth is good.
No, he already said he doesn't. He doesn't want to piss off Strahd.
I think I'll wait for my tea and then
And Pass Without Trace is a range of self.
head to and then get to my meditation for the night.
All right.
So I guess the question is, would Garrison and Azoth go if they had passed without trace on them?
Nah, I mean, there's not
Um,
much we can do here, as far as like, unless I'm just gonna run around and open doors. But like, we need to. Hopefully, Esmeralda comes back, and then we can hear from her if there's a chapel. You know what I mean? Like, is that something we can get to? Is it something we can just go to in the morning? Like, Gretchen, you are a grave cleric. Can you just ask to see the grounds? You know, I don't really know.
I could ask. I don't know if Strahd would honor
So let's.
that.
That would also be in the
Esmeralda-
morning. So like,
I was just gonna say, if she comes back though, and she's like, "Hey, I found the chapel, and there's, and it's a couple doors away." You know, I don't see necessarily. Let's read this thing again. Oh God, it says, "You will find what you seek in the castle amid the ruins of a place of supplication." Like, what is it that we seek? I don't know. You know, but if she finds that place, should we go there at night, or should we just try to go there in the day? Is the only thing that I'm thinking.
you're reading that from the from your notes or from the Google slide.
The slide.
So small, it's hard for me to make sure.
Yeah, I
that
had
we
to
have the same
put.
thing.
I have to put it in slideshow mode in order to read it.
I mean, Nazoth will go if everyone else is going, but I think we should just short rest and get out of here and get back to our regularly scheduled
But
runs.
Naz, this card tells of a powerful force
Yeah.
for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope. You'll find what you seek in the
I
castle.
mean, that does sound pretty good.
I mean, that's
and
what
we can come back for that when we're ready to storm the castle.
I need hope
Mhm.
now.
Need hope now. I need hope.
I need
Well-
great hope.
You guys are talking about this night. You guys are planning to rest. You've already mentioned to Esmeralda, it's kind of in her hands at the moment because nobody else feels capable of sneaking around this place like maybe she can. So, depending on what happens with her this night, in the morning you may have to make other choices, or if she comes back and has learned something, then maybe you can decide if you want to risk something else. Let me check a couple things here real quick. Because right now, that's all there is. She's going to slip off, and you guys are going to wait and hope that she can learn something for you, right?
Yeah, that seems like the best course of action.
Alrighty then.
Where's the chamber pot in this place? I thought he said there was one.
Oh, you can just pee upstairs. They don't care.
Just pee in the familiar room.
Oh.
There's probably one in the closet. One second, I'm looking something up.
Okay, I'm just gonna pretend it's that thing in the corner.
Okay.
I'll turn to Esmeralda. You should probably wait until she comes back with the tea and the snack, so you're not missed.
I plan to wait at least about an hour. And about 20 minutes later, there is a sort of a tap at your door. Rahadin himself does not appear, but when you go and you open the door, you find that there's a platter with some tea and some like biscuits. Your room service has been delivered, but whoever delivered it did not stick around to chat.
What's at
Well,
the
they're
door,
not gonna be
Esmeralda?
killed.
Your room service. And she doesn't pick it up, and she just kind of walks away from it.
Right. I guess I'll go get that.
Yes, you should, Prince.
You don't want some tea before you go.
No, it's likely poisoned, but have fun.
I mean,
He promised us, safety, so I'm definitely gonna sip some
I'm
tea.
sure that he keeps all of his promises. All right, hold
Yeah,
on a
I'm
second
okay.
here. I am going to check something. I'm just checking to see where your friend will go. All right, hold on one second. All right. Almost done here. This place is very big, so I gotta sort of ensure that I'm not cutting corners. All right, I know what to do here. I know what to do. All right. You have your tea. Some of you guys get some rest. At some point, Esmeralda just vanishes. At a time when perhaps Escher is not kind of like in the room, or he's chatting with someone, you guys turn around and just realize that she's gone. Maybe you see like the door closing from your room out into that hallway that leads to the stairs. And we'll see how long. She is gone for the rest of the night. Long enough that you guys start worrying. Like, and if anybody's staying up, You might start worrying that she hasn't come back. As morning arrives, you guys have gotten a long rest. Maybe a little bit restless if you're worried about your companion being missing. And there is there is a knock at your door, just as light is coming through the window. You know, that sort of dreary morning light that you guys have in Barovia.
Yes.
Who's awake early and who answers it?
Would've
When
been-
you open the door, or when you call out, the door opens and you find Rahdi standing outside. Oops, where'd he go?
Yo, what's going on, man? How come you never came by after work last night?
Good morning. I trust that you all slept well.
It's alright.
Well enough.
The coach awaits you outside of the castle if you are all ready to leave.
Breakfast by chance?
This is not a hotel, my friend. We have no breakfast for you. Just please
Denied breakfast twice.
make your way from the castle.
Whoa. So you're asking us to leave. Is there a place that Gretchen and I could pray? Just to get our morning prayers? Usually castles have some kind of place.
Temple, shrine, chapel.
This is not a place for those who have faith.
In this room, or?
You may pray here if you wish. The gods left this place long ago.
So is there not a chapel here?
There was, but it is not a place that anyone frequents now.
Could we possibly frequent it?
He shakes his head and he says, such a place is off limits. Now, if you please, if you wish to pray, you may do so here, or you can do so once you've left the castle.
Alright, well, a quick one then. And he throws the Hail Mary, and I guess that'll have to do. Well, I really appreciate your hospitality. It's been nice. If you want to lead us out of here, we ready to go? Group, please.
Are we?
Might we say goodbye to Strahd's lovely ladies?
They are fast asleep, my lord, unfortunately.
At this
Also,
hour?
our friend Bimothy was still with them?
Oh, no, he said he's staying. Do you remember?
Oh, man. Yeah.
I mean, he'll do well here. Don't worry about him, Gretchen.
Your friend will remain a special guest of our lord. Do not worry, you will be safe. He has found the special attentions of one of Strahd's wife, and Strahd is
Likes to watch.
happy for the diversion. Huh? We
You not
cut to
hear
the
us-
room where Timothy is bound upside down in a leather suit. Sounds of whips and chains.
Strahd's holding a balloon and a camera in the corner.
Oh.
Alright, well, it's best we get out of here before we overstay our welcome. This guy is pretty obviously doesn't want us here anymore.
Are we missing an Esmeralda?
What?
You say that out loud?
No. Shh. No.
No.
What are you talking about? She's in the bathroom.
Oh yeah, never mind.
Radine looks around. You are. There is one missing, isn't there?
She's using
Who?
the chamber pot. If you could wait,
Oh, okay,
and then we'll be ready to go once she is finished.
I'll tell you.
Everybody, give me a perception check real quick.
Her morning movements, though, they take a while.
Jareth, you notice a little waver in the air, like right near the door, and you suspect, actually, for a second, you kind of catch a glimpse of like Esmeralda, like kind of moves a little bit to like move a hand, and you realize that she's literally invisible behind him and out in the corridor, but that he's standing in the doorway and she can't get by. She's like on the stairs, kind of behind him. She's like that weird sort of predator effect where she's blending into the background.
Rahadin, if you wouldn't mind, I wanted to ask you a question about something out here, and I try to push my way out.
Gonna try to lead him out, like,
Yes.
let's have a side conversation.
Perfect.
Yes.
All right. He kind of steps out of the way and and over to the side, assuming that you're gonna have like a private conversation. Yes. What is it?
If you could pass on my apologies to Ludmilla. I didn't mean to offend her. I hope if we do meet again, it will be on better circumstances.
I will do so.
Excellent. Well, let me just see if she's all done with the chamber pot. Be but a moment.
He's stepping back through the door. Esmeralda has kind of wavered into sight right next to Gretchen. Escher, by the way,
Huge sigh of relief from Gretchen.
Escher, by the way, is over like he's like kind of taking a snooze in the bed. Like, I don't know if anybody slept in the bed, but he's like sprawled out in it. Did anybody sleep in the bed, by the way? Anybody take
I
the
slept
bed?
in the couch.
I think I meditated in a chair.
So I would have kept one eye open like half the night, quarter of the night.
Where
Every
did
time I
Garrison
kinda woke
sleep?
up.
I think like
They'd
right in
throw
the
up a-
floor, like under in like the moonlight there, or whatever the little light. that
Like
does-
out in this room.
Yeah,
So
I think-
in the end, what about Nazoth?
I
feel
slept
like
right where my guy is.
Just on the couch. So in the end, Asher gets his own room. After all of this, he gets his own big great bed. He's just sprawled out in there. As soon as like the sun has come up, he's like out. Esmeralda just kind of appears right next to you, Gretchen. He's like, I'm ready to go. Let's get out of here.
Excellent. Good to go, right?
Good. This way, please. He leads you back down the stairs, and to the lowest level of Ravenloft again. And where is everybody here? Linta's not there. Let's move all these people somewhere else. To the GM lab. All right, I think this is your group. He leads you out kind of through this main chamber here, and then out through the foyer and out into the grand courtyard. Straight across, he stops kind of like right here at the doors. And he says, the carriage will meet you on the other side of the bridge. Have a good day.
Where are we?
Helmvor bless you.
The doors slowly close as he backs away. You find yourselves back in the courtyard. Oops. So this is where you were. Right there. And then we come back out to the bigger map. where you were on the roof. But now you're down here. You avoid the slime, I'm assuming, and I imagine you're just leaving this place. Any last thoughts before you go? Unless you guys had a plan to stay and snoop around in another way.
Jareth is grumpy, denied breakfast twice.
Yeah, Jared just thinks every place is sort of like a
B&B.
Best Western or something like that with a.
Is this not a B&B, bed and breakfast?
No,
Ravenloft does not know how to treat guests.
they do not. Well, they didn't kill you. That's one thing.
You know what? I want to go back to
If anything, it's been
Vallaki.
sort of left behind.
I know we had some problems there, but the inn there with the Mardukov family had amazing food.
They didn't have the make your own waffles though, so 2 stars.
2 stars.
What
That should be
star
just basic
system are you doing?
accommodations at this point.
Are we doing a 3-star or 5-star system?
I've never even heard of a 3-star system.
Michelin?
What do tires have to do with this?
It actually is the Michelin Tire Company. They're the ones. That
I know, that's the joke.
If you're saying 2 out of 3, then I agree, but 2 out of 5, no. If they didn't have the make your own waffle, I'd give it 4, 3.5, maybe.
It's all about the make your own waffle. Is that what you're saying?
Maybe.
That's basic accommodations at this point.
Yeah, that is really basic. That's not even like the best.
I don't want to do anything myself.
I'm assuming you guys cross the bridge. You find the coach waiting for you on the far side. Its doors open, as if invisible hands are waiting for you. And as you step inside or climb on the side, if Jareth wants to ride on the exterior again, the coach soon leaves Castle Ravenloft. We'll bring you guys back out to the big map. As it starts making its way down this sort of treacherous road, away from Strahd's stronghold. Any thoughts as you guys leave this place? Any words you guys say to each other?
I pray to Carillion to protect Bimity.
Interested in what Esmeralda has to say.
Me too, but I'm like worried that can this like thing spy on us? You know?
He has been very quiet since you guys left this place, and she's still not saying anything now. She's in the coach. Something is driving this coach. It's like some sort of presence or something. Maybe that's why she's quiet.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want
As you the ride down, I think you guys just pass and silence it. Sounds like you guys don't have much to say. You're afraid to say something inside this place. Maybe that's wise. When you reach the bottom of the road, you come to that fork again, one that goes south, crosses the bridge over Surf Falls and goes to the village of Barovia, and the other one heads off to the west towards that wall with the great gate in it. But there are 3 figures that wait at the crossroads as the coach kind of pulls to a stop about 100 feet or so away from where the roads diverge. You see one of them is on a horse, and it looks like that knight that was you guys saw now 2 days ago on the bridge just to the south. Another figure just looks like, not sure if it's almost looks like a zombie. It's just kind of dragging itself along, and it's kind of like one of its legs looks sort of broken and kind of twisted. But the third figure is also a little bit familiar to you guys, only in that one second. It's wearing a tunic that you guys have seen before. And where the tunic ends at its wrists, there seems to be no hands. It's got a hood sort of up, and it's just like there's kind of dirt and filth like all over this body. And it looks as if it's been dug up from a grave. And just from the clothes, you recognize Adriam. And all three of these figures seem to be waiting at the crossroads as the carriage pulls to a halt, about 100 feet or so away from it.
Didn't I cast
The door
Gentle
opens.
Repose on him?
You did, but you also buried him.
Wait, who is this again?
Carriage, you could just run him over, please.
Carriage has no one in there to respond. It just sits there. The door's open.
Well, that guy looks familiar, huh?
Adrian?
Gareth, why don't you go out and lend him a hand?
I'm trying to remember who
It's,
this is.
It's the bar.
This is the
Whose hands I took.
the 6-fingered man, 12-fingered man,
Oh,
whose
The no
hands.
finger man.
thank you. Right. So, does he have hands?
Our minor antagonist from earlier.
He has no hands. They end in stumps, right below the wrists, right at the wrists.
Hey, put your hands up if you're feeling good, huh? Garrison yells out to him.
No response.
I
Come on.
quickly cast.
Can't be that angry, are you? Garrison starts walking closer.
I grab Garrison and cast protection from evil and good on him.
Alright, thanks. So I will slowly but directly approach.
As you begin to approach, the one rider on the horse raises this lance and kind of points it towards you, and you hear a kind of a gasp sort of come from it. Like the body itself doesn't really have the anatomy to speak, but it's almost like it's trying to say something. And then the one next to it, the one body that looks more like a zombie than anything else, is able to sort of talk a little bit, and you hear like this kind of gasping word come from its lips. Hagen was tot. Hagen was
The dragon.
who die. And you realize that these guys are not happy to see you, and that they are going to try to kill you. The one that you see, Adriam's kind of, he looks up as well, and now that you can kind of see like his face a little bit better under this like hood, there's dirt all over him. It looks like he was sort of dug up. He's still kind of ratty. You did cast a spell on him to preserve him, but he was buried and looks like he dug himself out.
I thought
Sorry, one
Gentle
second.
Repose stopped undead stuff, but I don't know.
Hallow does. I don't think that Gentle Repose does. And this is something else.
Okay.
So by Argon Vosholt's command, are we assuming that Adriam is part of that grouping? Or
No, I was
just
going to say
weird
that
all three of these things happen to be here at the same time, even though they're like three different parts of our
they're from
past.
different places. Yeah, like they seem to be from different places. You guys buried Adrian back in Vallaki, and this horseman was by the south. You walked by him once, and like he didn't seem to care that you were there. This last body, you don't know. He also looks like he was sort of dug up and looks more like kind of like half decomposed. But I was going to say that when Adrian kind of looks up from his hood, because he's more preserved these others, he's able to add a little bit more to this. And you hear a voice that comes through, kind of more clear, but still a little bit, maybe a little raspy. And it says, in the name of the Silver Order, or the Order of the Silver Dragon, will of Vladimir Horngard. Our mission is to destroy you.
Vladimir Horngod?
Horngard.
I-
Vladimir was the commander of the Order of the... So that's the guy that you guys chased around the castle.
with the
Right,
nice sword
with the
that Garrison
giant
did.
great
The
sword.
guy with the big sword.
Oh, is he here? Can we steal the sword again?
You look around, but you don't see him. You just see these three, and they seem to be waiting for you at the crossroads.
Are they grouped?
And yeah, they're kind of grouped. I'm about to bring out a new map here in just a second.
Okay,
and then
because
you
I'm
can
about to
see
go into initiative.
How they're grouped. Yeah, I have a feeling you're all about to go initiative. They once Garrison kind of starts advancing like towards them and kind of calling out, the one in the center on the horse, like the horse starts to move forward, and so like the canter turns into a charge. This lance is pointed right at him. Give me 1 second to bring out a new map here. Hold on 1 second. Realized my map was not in great condition. I had to fix it. They keep changing like Roll20, and like I don't like the new interface. It slows me down. All right, hold on a second. All right, okay. Now I think I got the map correct. Ah, man, Roll20. I don't like this new layout. I lose things so easily.
Things that work should just stay that way.
Yeah, it's like they're like, oh, we're gonna make things easier for you. No, now you have to do like 2 different things to like do the same thing you're trying to do before, and it's annoying. All right, I'm almost there now. Let's grab your tokens. All right, here's our new map. Finally, holy in the butt. Okay, I see where you are here. You'd be on the upper right, coming down. The coach is kind of off you behind. Garrison would have been, I think, in front. And let's move everybody else back a little bit. Put Riles over there. Esmeralda and then maybe the middle group. We'll put those people on the road. Oh. I think you're... There you go.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, let's roll initiative. Ooh, that was a pain.
Map looks nice though.
Yeah, I mean, I had it able to get it in. It's like, just it's harder to like find stuff. Things get lost easy, and then like there used to be an easy way to add a slide, and now when you add one, it throws it way at the end. And if you've got a lot of slides, it's hard to find them. All right then. I'm gonna roll all these guys separate, I think, because it's fun. There we go. 3 of them are in. The horse is actually a mount for this guy, so I'm going to keep him on his initiative. And I will roll in Esmeralda. And Riles. Where's my Riles at? Here we go. Yeah, let's switch up our music a little bit. I'll go back to that battle music. That was good. Doesn't look like there's any conflicts. It looks like Gretchen is the first to go.
All right. Undead we can kill. All right. I'm happy with that. So I'm gonna go ahead and move just past Garrison. Let's go ahead and just throw a guiding bolt at the rider.
All right.
Oh, it's gonna miss.
10 is going to miss. Zooms right by him in a little glowing path. The rider's head kind of turns towards it and turns back towards Gretchen.
Oh, great. All right, that'll do it.
All right. The corpse of Adriam goes. And it moves off kind of parallel to the road, kind of behind some bushes here, and then runs further this way, kind of spreading out to flank you, it almost seems like. Running with its hands kind of like its arms dangling, no hands at the end of these arms. That doesn't seem to bother it. You're not sure what it's going to do. Doesn't seem to have any weapons or armor or anything. It's just running off to the side of your group. It is done. And then we go to Riles. Riles is going to... I think Riles is going to throw a Bardic on Garrison, who's up front. And let's see what spells I got. then going to. He's gonna try to throw a. He's gonna try to throw a hideous laughter on this guy. What's the range on this? 30 feet. He's gonna have to move a little bit. 5. There. He tells a joke, gives a dad joke, and Adriam's corpse makes a save and fails. And you hear this weird cackling sort of come from it, just this weird like it falls to the ground, flailing with its handless limbs. I guess Rouse doesn't need to be here, or it's better when they're not here. Then everybody fails their saves. If he was here, a guy probably would have made a save.
Ooh.
Nazoth is up.
Okay. Let's see. Since actually no, I'm going back. I'm going to head down this way. I am going to Eldritch Blast this guy.
Alrighty, zombie face.
Zombie face. Yeah, I'm going to Eldritch Blast.
$15 hits. 7 points. Yeah, another one coming in.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, there's 2. Oh, all right. I think I did the wrong damage. 7, and then 9. 2 hits. Blam, blam. Knocks it back a couple feet. But it does not fall. Anything else?
Nope. Let's see what
All right.
it does.
Zombie face starts running towards. It literally just straight run right at Nazoth. It's in your face, but it does not get any attacks this round. Garrison is up.
Garrison sees that Riles set him up for success, so he's gonna run over here and kill this guy for a second time.
All right. Advantage.
Actions, advantage. 1 strike. 2 strikes.
Both of those are going to hit. 9 and 10, 19 points.
Bludgeoning damage. Bonus action. I guess that's gonna be it. And then I will. I'll just stay there. That'll be my turn.
Alrighty. Jareth is up.
Okay, first bonus action and use the bear spirit totem.
Burn, your turn. If you're talking, we can't hear you.
No?
And gets cast in spirit totem.
Which one? Bear? Or something else?
Hello?
Friend, if you're there, we're not able to hear you if you're talking. Bear. Alrighty.
Alright. Audio problems. Let's try again. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
There you are.
Okay.
I put a bear totem on the map. You should have control to move it wherever you wish. And it has a radius of, what is it again? Like
30?
50 feet or something? 30 feet?
Yeah.
30-foot radius. Let's give it a
And
radius.
is this the temp HP one?
Yes, it is. Okay, so everybody
Ooh, that's very bright.
take 11 temp, and you'll also get advantage on strength checks and saving throws.
Almost. We'll use that one. All right.
Okay.
That's the radius for those that get the bonus. And then what?
And then we're gonna cast Summon Beast.
All right, what kind of beast? What do you want it to
Wolf,
look like?
please.
Alrighty.
So he's got 30 hit points, speed of
You should be able to.
30,
He gave you control. He's right there in front of you.
and he's got pack tactics as well. Okay.
Alrighty.
So
Where do you want to send it?
right over there.
Alright.
Yeah. Okay. So that is. Remember correctly, I used spell attack, right?
Yeah. Spell attack, and then it's got what? Like it does a D6 plus the level, or hold on. Oh, a D8. D8 plus 4 plus the spell's level.
So
A
17.
17 will hit.
Oh, hang on.
That hits.
He's got advantage though, so I'll roll again just in case it's a crit.
Okay. No crit, but still a
Okay.
hit.
And that is.
And what level did you cast this at?
Second. So it's
So 1d8 plus 6 damage.
no, plus 4.
Oh, because of the well, it's 1d8 plus 4 plus the level of the spell.
Oh,
So
that's
1d8
right.
plus 4 plus 2.
Okay, so 1d8 plus 6. Okay.
And I can't remember if the shepherd thing gives you additional damage yet,
No.
or if it's just additional hit points or something.
It's Mighty Summoner is going to give you additional hit points based on the thing's hit die, but it won't add damage.
Okay, so that's 1d8
These things are weird. They technically don't have hit dice.
plus
What's the-
6. 12,
I have 12 points of damage.
and that's it for me.
Alrighty. The dead knight goes. Finally comes charging down the row on its mounted Gretchen. Its lance outright. And it stabs. AC 16 is going to miss.
That'll miss.
Catching you hold up your shield, and it does not hit you. But it gets 2 attacks, so it makes another one. That one's even worse. As it comes charging in, you buckle down, and both these lances are just over the top of your head. No damage yet. Esmeralda is up,
She's also got that
and
10.
she is going to. Let me put that up on her. What's the temp again? How much?
11.
Okay. And make sure this is visible. All right. She's going to come over and help Gretchen. Comes in and will attack with rapier and hand axe. Miss, hit, and hand axe will miss as well. 1 hit for 11 points of damage. Gretchen, you are up.
All right. Let's go ahead and do a Sacred Flame.
You're aiming for the one that's on you, or different?
Yeah.
Ooh, nat 20. It dodges.
Oh, geez. All right, and then I will go ahead and cast Spiritual Weapon.
Alrighty. Let's bring out the weapon. What was it again? A big sword, right?
Yeah. That's probably going to miss too.
That will miss, unfortunately.
Oh boy.
Where are my animated spells? Commit spiritual weapons. Here we go. All right. It was a big ass sword. I have to shrink down. It's the size of a building.
About
All right.
right.
I'll give you
I guess
control of
that
this in
works.
case you need to move it.
Okay.
And then we go to the corpse, which is still laughing. It's on the ground. Has its turn.
No,
And
Rob,
we'll
I
see if
hit
it
it.
can make it.
Oh,
It should be fine. You should be able to get up.
Oh, if you
Sure.
hit it, it crit save too. You're right. I think actually, if it takes damage, it gets a save, right?
I think it just stops. I think
I don't know. I think it doesn't stop. Oh, hold on a second. Laughter. Let's find this spell. At the end of its turn, and each time it takes damage, the target can make another Wisdom saving throw. So it should have made one once you clobbered it, which there's the save. It is back in commission as it pulls itself back to its feet, and then just comes in swinging with stumps. Kind of familiar, Garrison. Swinging at you with stumps of its hands.
I'll take those hands back.
That would be kind of fun if he like kills me and takes the hands, and then we kind of have this thing.
And then your revenant can come back and take him.
Yeah. All right. AC 21.
Oh, nice. He stubbed me.
Ignore the grapple. Ignore the escape save thing there. 9 points bludgeoning, and then and then also the 10 points. This is a separate thing. And then it tries to punch you again.
Man, now I want his fists.
AC 20
Oh, that also
for
hits.
8 and 16.
Dang. How did you learn to punch so good, Adriam?
I am not Adriam.
You look like it.
I am a knight of Argenvost. This vessel seemed most appropriate to enact my revenge upon you.
Alright, I'm gonna kill you in my turn. Good luck with that.
All right, Riles is up. Riles is like, oh shit, and the laughter thing's not working so great, so he'll switch up to something else. Mark that off first. His first little spell. He will try motivational speech. That takes a minute. He is going to throw a dissonant whispers at this thing instead. See if you can get it to run off. Run away! Run away! It fails its save, and we'll take some damage. Alright, so not rolling it. 3d6 damage. Let's do that over here. Uh, 8 points of psychic damage, and Garrison, you can roll a opportunity attack as it runs off kind of around this tree right here.
Okay. It did have to stand up, so it lost some of its movement.
No, because this it uses a reaction. This is on Wile's turn. Who's next?
Oh, sorry. Alright. Okay, I will attack him with my fist. Or with his fists.
Ooh, that is a hit. 10 points of damage.
Nice. Eat it.
Ah! Slam him as he kind of stumbles away and grabbing his head. Ra's like, take that. And then he's going to throw a... That was a first level spell. Let's see what bonus actions he's got. He's going to put a bardic and give it to... he's going to give it to... Give it to Nazoth, who's in melee.
Yay.
Rouse is done. Nazoth, you are up. Zombie face is in your face.
Question: If he takes a reaction shot against me, can I react?
Talking about with like a hellish rebuke? Yeah.
Yeah. All right, because I'm gonna get out of dodge.
All right.
If he hits me, I'm gonna rebuke him.
Alrighty. So you're okay with provoking?
Yes.
Alrighty. This one smashes at you with a fist. AC 9 misses completely.
And I just closed my character window. Okay.
No.
Brian, did Garrison get the temporary hit points from Jareth's bear totem?
Yeah, and then I got my ass kicked.
Okay. Just making sure. That is a hit, and that is a hit.
On
23 points of damage.
get him, Giggles.
Giggles charges.
No.
Is that for Nazoth?
Yep, that's it for Nazoth.
Alrighty. Zombie face goes, and is going to beat up. Zombie face is going to charge after Nazoth. The wolf can take its attack if it wishes. That's a hit. I think it's what? It's a D8 plus 11 damage. Nice. Tears into the back of its leg as and takes a couple swings. Miss with an AC 12. And then a crit.
Owie.
Crit is declined.
All right. You're going to use your reaction to
Yeah.
What was that again?
How much damage do I take?
You'll take 13 and
Sentinel at death's door.
actually, you take 13 Nazoth. You don't take that secondary part.
Yeah. So anything triggered by the critical hit is gone.
So only 13 points of damage. And if you want to hellish rebuke, of course you can.
All right, there it is. And I do want to rebuke him.
I will roll a dex save. Which I think is a fail.
That would be.
All right. 14 more points of damage, of fire damage to this guy because he fails the save. It does not seem to like that as it washes over him. Just kind of howls in pain. Garrison and actually Nazoth too. As this guy was kind of chasing after you, you saw, and as Adriam was kind of running away, you saw some of their wounds healing pretty quickly. But Nazoth, once you burn this guy, like that seems to have stopped or arrested that fast healing or regeneration or whatever this thing has. Garrison, you are up.
Garrison. Did Adrian run through this tree under it, or
Kind of around it, but it's not going to slow you down. Like the trunk is like right here, but like, you know, going around it's the same thing. If you go here to here, you still can get to him.
okay? I'm Jason,
All right.
and punch him, and punch him,
First one misses, the second one hits. 7 points.
and then I'm gonna smite him with a level 2 smite because he's a jerk.
He is considered undead, so that will be 48 damage.
Slash roll 48. That's
Nice.
pretty rough. 15 radiant damage plus 7.
Got it. Light flashes as your fist connects with him, leaves a big sort of burning mark where your fist lands. And that, like before, when you would hit him, you'd seen like maybe the bones that you would cracking sort of snapping back into place. But this burn on his face does not seem to be healing. That's it for
Alright.
Garrison.
Ye-
No bonus actions.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, Jareth is up.
Okay, so I'm going to use a cantrip and chuck a flame at the one on Nazoth.
That is a hit.
Okay, and then bonus action,
13 points.
I'm going to cast Healing Word for Garrison.
Uh-huh.
So, bonus action, Word.
6 points.
And then the wolf is
Yeah.
going to move up.
Oh, thank you, good
You're
sir.
within range. Yeah, you're just within range.
And the wolf is going to attack with pack tactics. So
That is a hit.
Damage 12.
All right, 12 points of damage.
And that is it for me.
Taking a beating, but it is still up. All right, the dead knight goes. The mount that it's on rears. It doesn't make any noise. It's sort of like check, its bones rattling, and it leaps over the hedge here, taking the disengage action to run around this way and then charge Sheriff. And then the dead knight will attack with his lance. Twice. Attack number 1 is definitely going to miss.
Miss.
And then attack number 2 will miss as well because I can't roll food. And then Esmeralda is up. Sees that Garrison is all by himself over there. She's Gretchen. She's like, I'm going to help Garrison. And she moves up this way. 30 feet to here. A spell. She is going to. She's going to cast a magic missile spell. And she will upcast it to third, adding 2 more. 5. From the side of the tree, you hear Esmeralda casting Garrison, and then 5 missiles come flying through the air, slamming into Adriam for 18 points. Gretchen, you're up.
All right, I will go ahead and move the spiritual weapon closer to Adriam's corpse, and then I'm going to move myself over here and cast Spirit Guardians.
All right. Give you an orb. You might need to move closer when you
Yeah.
zombie face.
Let's go ahead and do that.
Puts you right next to the dead knight, but
That's fine.
it puts them all in your kill zone. Corpse goes. Adriam's corpse goes and continues trying to slam its stubs at Garrison. Let's see here. Actually, it's gonna do something different this round, I think. After you've hit it with your fist, Garrison, it looks at you and its eyes sort of gleam with this vengeful hate. And you've seen this before, and you felt this effect before when you fought those knights, those undead knights, the revenants in Argon Vostel. Remember that? Remember that day when you guys fought those guys, and they looked at you strangely, and you felt fearful, and almost paralyzed in place. Give me a wisdom saving throw for Garrison.
Wisdom save, bro.
You make it. I think you had failed this the last time.
Yeah.
But this time you succeed, and you are not affected. For a moment, you kind of feel like that sort of fear penetrating you, threatening to seize up your muscles, but you work through it. And
Braver with hands.
braver apparently with hands. Well, I think you had hands then
Yeah,
too.
it sounds better if I did.
Sounds better with it. Okay, maybe you just didn't have them out at the time in your pockets or something. All right, Riles is up at this point, and I think since we're about 15 minutes over, maybe this is a good spot to hold off for tonight. That way, when we start up the game next week, then Lucky will be able to make his own attacks in the round.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All righty, everybody. Round 2 with the Revenants, if you didn't know. Already.
It's in the log.
It's in the log. Thank you all. Bit of a creepy night at Castle Ravenloft, followed by a bunch of jerks waiting for you at the bottom of the hill.
Castle Ravenloft is a scary place.
A little surprised you
Yeah,
guys
but it
didn't
was
like
fun.
explore a little bit more.
I really
But-
thought they
Oh,
would.
You're like
I-
everybody else.
Well, Gretchen's not gonna like start an exploration on her own.
It's all right. You had somebody to kind of do some explorations for you, and although Esmeralda hasn't said anything yet, she was gone all night. There's no way that she was in that castle all that time and didn't learn something. Now you just got to make sure that she survives this fight with the Revenants and talk to you.
Sacrifice ourselves for Esmeralda.
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
All right, everybody.
Rob,
thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Everyone have a great weekend. Happy
Yeah.
Labor Days.
Happy Labor Day, everybody.
Yeah.
And
Night.
good night.
Take care, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks for the stream for us.
bye-bye.
Bye bye. Good night. See you later.